What is up, everybody? Collector Joey here. Hopefully, y'all are having an amazing day today, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Today, we do have another episode of Cop or Drop, guys. So I'm so happy to see everybody here. I see 11 of y'all in here. While y'all are coming in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to everybody that you see down in the description because we have an awesome panel today. I hope the mic is sounding good. I did get a new one, so hopefully it sounds cool. I am wearing the Collector Joey shirt right here. So yeah, we're ready to talk some figures. Of course, always having fun with that. So I am going to announce the panel right now. And first off, we do have the artist of the group. This is going to be a Mr. Good Old Spotchka. How are you doing?
What's up, Joey, man? Welcome in, everybody. I'm glad to be back on Copper Drop, man. What an amazing week for collectors, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, bro.
Yeah, we do. Can't wait to get into a few of these things. It was a slow week last week, but now we kind of picked up a little bit, and that feels good. That always feels
good.
Trying
to pick up, man. I mean, hey, the fall's coming, and that means Christmas time is right around the corner. That means Hot Toys is going to want to sell a bunch of figures. So,
yep,
here we go. Let's go.
And then we do have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Austin Nicholas. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. And to piggyback off of what Danny said, Christmas, Hot Toys. If it's like last year, we're gonna have like 90 days of sales.
Yeah,
to look forward to as well.
Yeah, so, man.
Save your money.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm drinking my Chick-fil-A. I just had some Chick-fil-A. But we do have a special guest that we always love seeing in the chats, as usual, Mr. SpongeBob SquareBalls, Classy Thomas. What is up?
Not much. I'm doing great. I hope special doesn't mean special as in special ed.
Nah.
So I just want to make sure that
no. Make sure y'all we pick them out special.
Yeah. All right.
Not in the bad way. Not in the bad way.
Okay. But yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm glad to be here, and I'm looking forward to a fun stream.
Yeah. I've been seeing you everywhere on these streams, and I love it. It's really good to see a new face going around.
That's just awesome. Because I'm lazy. I refuse. Well, I'm not gonna say I refuse, but I've been very slow in putting up content. So I said, it's so much easier going on someone else's stream. They get to do all the work. I just get to come in and be just beautiful and fun and and sparkly, and I don't have to do any of the hard work. Classy, that's right. Classy.
Classy, man.
But it's getting kind of late. Usually like on After Dark and everything. Once it kind of gets closer and closer to midnight, the classy starts to wear off, and I start moving into the trashy side. So we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Where are you located?
North Carolina.
Here
it is.
So it's a little, so it's a little bit later.
It's only, I think it's 10 p.m.
10:05.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, where are you guys located?
Central Time.
Arkansas. Yeah, we're all Central.
You're on Central? Okay.
Yeah.
Arkansas for me.
Oh, Arkansas. Wow.
Arkansas, Tennessee, so only like 8 hours away from you, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. You're not in Nashville, are you?
Murfreesboro. So
Murfreesboro. Okay. Yeah. My mother was actually from Nashville.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yes. So I have a little bit of Tennessee root.
Okay, let's go.
And what about you, Joey?
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yes,
all right.
Love Dallas, man. But let's see who's in the chats. We did have Yomo here first, as usual, saying Cop or Drop. Yes, we're gonna have Yomo one of these days. I promise. We're gonna have you, bro.
Yomo.
He's an awesome guy. Chris is saying he's present. Hello. Nick is saying I can't tell whose smile is creepier, Pennywise or Doc Ock. I know I had them kind of going at it on the thumbnail. Daniel's in here. What's up? Hello everyone. Yes, we got two Daniels. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Zio's actually going to be on our trip with us when we go out to San Antonio. Yeah, so that's going to be really, really cool. We have Austin in there saying hello to everybody. Ariel in there saying hello to everybody. Daniel in there saying hello to everybody. Brick is there. What is up, Brick? How are you doing? I'm gonna send you a message after this. See if we can have you on probably next week if you want to be on here.
Please say yes, Brick.
I know. Let's see. Um, Electric Collector, what's up, man? I know I've seen you in here before. I'm really glad to see you here.
Eclectic
Mm-hmm.
collector.
Oh, electric. Is that
Electric.
what? Oh, I said electric. I'm sorry.
Eclectic.
Eclectic.
Eclectic. Okay.
Oh, okay, bro. That electric. I forgot. I'm sorry. um, let's see. Mad Planet. Hello.
What's up, Matt Planet?
Dang, Nick is here. Nick's just here to roast the freaking Doc Ock.
Also, anybody who's been keeping up with Nick's stories, we definitely know his stance.
I know.
So,
Mr. Iron Logan in
Yeah.
here. What is up, man? What a baller stopping by to say, hey, we'll catch the replay. Have a great stream. You too.
Thanks,
Yeah, you are just so awesome. Love having you, man. Loved having you.
oh,
But I also shaved my stash, so no Sharpie jokes. Oh
Floor
my
frame.
goodness. Well, guys, I wanted to start off asking Mr. Classy Thomas a few questions beforehand. You can answer them as briefly or as however you really want to answer them. You've probably been asked this so many times. So when did you start collecting? Like, I guess you could just say like Hot Toys in general or 1/6 scale figures.
I think I'd probably say I really started collecting in about 2019. I think I've kind of dabbled a little bit. I have a few figures that I purchased like on eBay because they just look kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I was not really aware of like 1/6 collecting per se.
Yeah.
And it kind of started for me. I had been ill for quite a while. I had been taking care of my parents as they were aging, and then they passed away. And a year after my father passed away, then I went into kidney failure and started dialysis, and I was on that for about 5 years. And then after that 5 years is up, I got a kidney transplant.
Oh wow.
So during that time, I spent about a year of recuperation. And during that time of recovery, I was fairly confined to the home. I wasn't really going out because, adjusting to, basically not really having much of an immune system anymore because they had to kind of suppress it to keep my body from rejecting the kidney.
Yeah.
And so I was playing things safe. And so I said, you know what? I like buying stuff. So I was just looking around and I started seeing things and saw these cool little figures. I kind of started out with third party, and then I started buying head sculpts and then buying bodies and doing little kit bashes. And then I started seeing actual figures. But I really did primarily start out with third party figures, which I really have a great appreciation for.
Me too.
I mean, they're very underrated, and I would say that in some cases I like some third-party figures and companies better than Hot Toys. Hot Toys is great, but I mean, I found some that really now these are not traditional figures, but I think one of my first figures was this one from I think his name is JS Tang or JT Tang, and he does these odd and maybe while during the stream I'll slip over to one of the desk and pull out one of his figures. But he does these really cool ones. Like he did this great I'm a huge Astro Boy thing. That was actually one of the first figures I bought, which actually happened to be Hot Toys. It was the one from the Astro Boy movie that they did. And
Hot Toys released that. That's
fantastic. They did one right around that time, and so I purchased it on eBay, and that was before I knew what Hot Toys was, but I just wanted the figure. And so they also did their own version, and what they do is that they take some properties like their most recent one, which should be released around December, which I can't wait for, is they did their version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
So, but they actually are like these very really their figures aren't meant to be realistic looking per se. They're meant to just be more like caricatures.
Yeah.
And so what they do is that they have heads, but a lot of them wear masks. For example, like I have a set of Dragon Ball figures that has a Goku and a Vegeta, and so I have them, and they have I think Goku comes with the dragon mask, and Vegeta comes with a monkey mask, and then they have all these other ones. So I have like a set of the Dragon Balls. They've got a couple of NBA ones. They have several ones from Yeah, well, do you have some?
Yeah, I got some Interbay ones. Yeah, for the girlfriend.
Yeah, and they're just amazing. And so, and I have a tendency to like these one-off figures. The ones that are not quite run of the mill, but they just appeal to me. And so I just started collecting, and then eventually when I started going to more Marvel films, because I'm a huge comic book nerd. Maybe not as huge as others, but I've been a nerd for the past, let's see, I guess it's been for the last 50 years. I've been a nerd.
Veteran nerd.
Easily a nerd for at least 50 years, and so I started getting into the movies, and then when I started seeing the Hot Toys figures, that's when I started moving into purchasing some of the IPs from Hot Toys. But I kind of started collecting real earnestly, I think, in about 2019, and now I'm starting to scale back and be a little bit more selective. I kind of started. Man, it's addictive. I mean, the thing I tell you, I placed a lot of orders, and that was before I knew how things worked. I didn't realize that when you place an order, if it's a pre-order, it's not going to come out for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting here waiting for all my boxes to come in, and nothing's showing up. So I just said, well, I'll buy this one instead. And then it never comes. And so then all of a sudden things start coming in, and I would get, the mailman and the UPS man would just be dropping off boxes. There was one time, I think it took me about 45 minutes to open up everything I had ordered that finally came in.
Yeah.
And it was like Christmas Day. I was just opening up stuff. I said, oh, look at this. Oh, wow. We're going to put
you
this.
You just revealed something. So when you get it, you open it up immediately.
Yeah. I got to see what's in the box. I got, it's like, kind of like Brad Pitt. What's in the box? What's in the box? I got to find out what's in the box. So yeah, I opened them up, but of course I didn't really have a lot of display places. So a lot of them kind of went back in the box. But yeah, I mean, it was like Christmas time, and I was getting in a lot of retail therapy. So now it's more like I think I'm really finding that the things that really mean something to me, I will spend time. I'll spend my finances on. I'll say, yeah, this right here is something important to me, or I don't really need that. So I feel more at ease with not feeling like I have to get everything, but just to get the things that really mean the most to me. So like IP, like Marvel is probably going to be my biggest thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you later. Is like what like how many figures do you have, and like what's the main IP you collect?
Yeah, I'd say that my main IP is Marvel. The second one is probably going to be leaning towards DC and third party, and then of course my off-brand ones, the things that are just there. And I also do a lot of kit bashing, since of course my favorite team that exists are the X-Men, and I was not really a big fan of the X-Men, the Singer movies at Fox. Yeah, I mean, I was happy that we were finally getting some representation in the movies, but it just wasn't my cup of tea the way he was doing my favorite team. But I really did love the figures, some of them. So I would purchase some, and then I started realizing, well, I got some sewing skills. I'm learning to do a little painting. I did a lot of rerouting because I also did a little bit of work in other things. So I was used to working with hair and hair products. So I said, well, maybe I can make a few of my own. So I actually started making some of my own figures. Like, I have the one that I probably like the most will be my Emma Frost.
Okay.
That one, and I'm still tweaking her. I've got a few things I need to do with her, and I'm currently working on Storm and Banshee, and I'm if I can get the silicone to color, because I have some special silicone paints, and if it's opaque enough and I can actually get the blue right, then I'm working on a Beast, and then I'll start working on on
Wow.
my own Mystique, because I want the comic book Mystique with the blue
Yeah.
skin and the white dress and the
Yeah.
high thigh high slit. That's Mystique.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of kit bashing, and a lot of figure making myself. And
Would you root that Beast figure?
well, I'm not going to root it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use silicone glue and see if I can glue the hair on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually have some fur that I've already purchased. So I'm thinking about trying to see if I can glue. So Beast is going to be a real experiment for
It
me.
is, yeah.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot. So yeah, I just like playing around with stuff, and now I got Zach and some of the guys at OPAC that are only fools in collecting. I have to say the name. I'm not good with
Yeah,
acronyms
you're
yet,
good.
but yeah, they're actually encouraging me to actually start using my my printers, my 3D printers, and so once I build up a little confidence, I may start doing some things and really let myself fly a little bit.
So classy.
Yeah.
I want to say congrats on the 5 years of dialysis and
Thank you.
Yeah, no.
in the
And it's been 4
kidney.
years of kidney of the I call my kidney Sydney. Yeah, so
Oh, see, it's catchy. I love that.
yeah, me and Sydney have been together for about for 4 years now.
Oh, fantastic. Great relationship.
That's great.
4 years. Fantastic. So you said something I'm pretty interested in. You mentioned you got into kit bashing and then essentially like Hot Toys
Yeah.
next, which I don't typically hear that too often. It's typically like Hot Toys or Sideshow or a third party. And then over some course of time, that's when you start getting into kit bashing. And I feel like that's typically the norm. But you were the other way around. You said you had some skills with some sewing and whatnot, so you started doing some kit bashing early on. That's fantastic. I haven't even got into that yet.
That's like
Yeah, well,
the first time I've ever heard that from another collector. That's really interesting.
I'll say
Yeah, well-
Danny just mentioned too that he's gonna start trying to mess around with some
Yeah,
salt
man.
and paint them.
So,
Yeah.
got any
Well-
advice, man, hit me up, bro.
Yeah. Well, see, I started out before I started working with 1/6 scale figures and things. Back in I think in the early 2000s, I was actually doing a lot of work with ball jointed dolls from Asia. So like things like I think they called them Super Dolphy and things like that, and they're basically just resin figures that you can buy them finished, but usually they come blank, and so then that way you can paint them, you can supply their hair, you can get the clothes and just customize them. And so I was kind of accustomed to that. I just wasn't as used to doing it in a smaller scale. But yeah, I mean, I've been sewing since I was maybe about 12 or 14. Yeah. Because my grandfather was a tailor, and my mother and my middle sister were doing a lot of sewing. So I said, I think I can do that. So I just started fiddling around with it. So I'm used to making human-sized clothes. It was just a matter of learning how to scale things down.
So when you learned sewing back then, did you think it was be this transferable skill into what you're doing now with scale figures?
Not even. Yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, I usually would work pretty accurate. I would modify patterns, but I actually, and I'm going to do. I think that one of the things I want to do is that I want to do a tutorial on how I did this once I make it this one, And the Banshee costume in particular, once I make it and see if I can get it to turn out right, then I'm going to do another figure, and then I'm going to film it and show it so other people can do it. But basically, what I did is I took cling wrap, and I usually, for those, I like using the Thyssen seamless bodies, and basically all you do is wrap it in plastic wrap, and then after it's wrapped, put masking tape all around it until it's completely covered in masking tape, and then that way I can actually draft directly on there. I have like you can use your Sharpies to mark where you want things to be. If you wanted the waistline to be here, you basically just mark the waist, and then after everything's been marked, you just get a pair of scissors and cut it off of the body. And since it's wrapped in plastic, you don't have to worry about the tape sticking to the body. So you just cut it loose, and then once you cut it loose, you have your pattern. You just lay it out on the fabric, cut it out, sew it up, and put it together. So
you're making it sound much easier than
probably
yeah, it is a lot easier in concept, but I think that once I see how easy it is for me, because I've never actually done that. I never actually done done something directly from customized to fit the figure, but yeah, if it does seem like it's very easy, or like if somebody has moderate skills where they know how to sew it together, or if they're learning, I'm like, well, if you can tape and you can use a Sharpie, you can then you probably can at least get it done. And as a matter of fact, maybe before the stream's over, I'll show you at least what the Banshee costumes look like.
That's what I was
at
going to
least
ask
a tape
you.
version. Yeah,
I was going to ask you, like, is there anywhere like people can go and see like updates, or do you even post updates on like what you're doing?
I saw that Emma Frost on your Instagram, dude.
I should. Oh, you saw what?
Your Instagram. You showed your Emma Frost custom, correct?
Oh yeah, in the white.
Pretty good,
yeah.
Okay.
And that actually was a kit I purchased. So I want to actually redo her because the fit is a little bit off. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a little modification for her, because she wears so many iconic costumes that I'm thinking about maybe trying to create some of the more risque ones. Because I mean, look, when she was first introduced, she had a white cape, a bustier, and a pair of panties. I mean,
that's one of those figures where it is part of the character.
Yeah.
In the classic appearance, yeah.
Yeah, so keep it a little saucy, but yeah, I mean, I really enjoy that, and it's and it also helps me to stay focused, because that's the one thing I have adult ADHD also, and so just getting motivated, but being able to get up and get things started is my issue. But once I get started, I can roll with it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited. You too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to do like a lot of like different tasks throughout the day, like I would make like a fish tanks, and I would do all this other stuff. But then when I started Collector Joey, that kind of really stopped all that stuff and made me focus on this. So I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I need focus, because when I first got sick, I worked for a few more years, but then I retired, and so I still haven't returned to work. And I said, well, I really do need something that makes me get up and do something every single day, because if I don't, then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to stay in bed. I'm going to wake up at 8:30 to take my medicine to feed my dog. Then I'm going to turn on True TV's World's Dumbest Something. Then I'm going to turn on a repeat of Maury, and then or Steve Wilkos. Then I'm gonna watch Maury afterwards. Then I'm gonna take a shower. Then I'm gonna get up and watch the judge shows and things like that. So I mean, that will be my life if I don't have something to focus on.
That's good.
So I really do need to do that.
I like the idea of you, Kidney Cindy, making the tutorial videos. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, so I think that's something that kind of excites me to want to do that, and I think I have in a little while, once I kind of move a few things around in my house, I'll have an area cleared away where I actually could set it up to actually do that type of filming there. So I'm thinking I'm feeling a little bit more motivated, and I also, that's one of the reasons why I like coming on these different streams, is speaking it out loud kind of forces me into a little bit of accountability, because now you have people who've actually heard me say it out loud, and so it puts a little pressure on my backs to try to put something out there. But then but I know me, once I get started, the more I do it, the more stuff I'll start putting out. Then I'll be able to start having content that I can actually put on my page. So I kind of have a little method to my madness that part of the reason, and also it's just fun coming on people's different streams and everything like that. So there's a little method to the madness, but yeah, part of it for me also is just having a little bit of accountability, because in that way, as I get to know people, I'm sure that I can say, so how's that project you're working on? And I'm like, oh yeah, the project, let me get started on it or whatever. So
we'll remind
you. Kind of give me
I get that. I mean, me, Danny, Joey, we have that among us three. That accountability factor.
Yeah,
Joey doesn't need it. He's the most consistent person I know. So.
I also wanted to ask you the number one question is, how did you get, I guess, Classy Thomas, and then how did you get SpongeBob SquareBalls? That's what I want to ask.
All right, let's start with SpongeBob SquareBalls. All right, I was watching Lael's stream several years ago, and he had Justin on, and you know how Justin has that great accent when he's speaking, and just sounds really cool. And there was this guy who's on the stream, and so of course he was reading off the different super chats and things, and he said this one, the guy who was on there, he said this from I think his name was Journey to the Center of My Balls. And
I think I remember that.
When he said that, Leo cracked up and probably laughed about 5 minutes straight, because number one, the name, and then also just the way Justin said. I said, you know what, I want to come up with a name that's going to make Leo laugh, and I want to do it when Justin's on the stream, so that Justin has to say it out loud. So I was just toying around with different names, and SpongeBob, was always kind of fun. I said, hey, well, what about SpongeBob? And I said, well, it has to involve balls. So I said, well, how about SpongeBob? Oh, that's right. Instead of square pants, square balls. So I put it together and gave it a shot, and he laughed, which was great. So I said, perfect. I achieved, and so that so it kind of stuck with me. But then one day I was on a stream with I think I was on what was that? After Dark.
Collecting Weeklies.
Collecting Weeklies After Dark. And Ben Thomas, of course, was with us that night, and he said, "Oh, there's Classy Thomas." So he actually named me.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I said, "Hey, I kind of like Classy Thomas." So I started using that, and so that's the one I think I kind of like sticking with the most. But I always keep SpongeBob in the pocket here for whenever that needs to come out. So
I always hear SpongeBob saying SpongeBob. I always hear Lael saying SpongeBob SquareBalls.
Balls. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. And so I really enjoy hearing him say that. And so whenever I always like to go on the stream and even if I can't stay for a long time, then I always go on there and announce myself in the stream, so that he gets to say my name, because he just has this great way of saying it. Yeah. So I just enjoy it. It was just a fluke. I just wanted to make him laugh. And then of course Ben named me, and I was like, okay, well I like that too. So
I think Ben is going to be where we're going as well. He's going to be over here in Texas. I think he's going to Ben Thomas.
I think he is coming.
Yeah. But let's see who came in the chats. Wow. We were gone from them, so I do see Aaron Collects in here. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Big Dog Pound 1. What is up, man?
My man.
I know, man. He needs to create like some type of social media, but I think he's like off the grid or something like that. But let's see. My beautiful girlfriend Myra is in here as well, saying, "Hi everyone. I'm late, but I hope everyone is having a good night." Yes. Yomo, woo. The Everyday Collector is in here as well. How are you? Glad to see you here as always. What's up, Joey and panel? We'll watch the replay. I wanted to stop and say hi. Hello, Graham, Jedi Night Watch. Always a friend of the channel here. Love his channel as well. Check out Wolfpack Wednesdays. 12-inch Moose Stream in there too. I believe 12-inch Moose Stream is going to be there as well at the OxCon. So that'll be cool to see him.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I know, bro. That'll be really cool.
Collector's Endgame over here, man.
And Michael has an amazing collection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to meet everybody. That's going to be really, really fun. We got some guy plugging in everybody, of course. Look at this. Always great. I was talking to him a little bit earlier as well. Awesome guy. Let's see who else popped in here. The Movie Canon, always in here. Hello, how are you doing? Got my boy. Me too. I like that one a lot. I feel like that one can go places. Lewis is in here. What is up, Lewis? I'm in the stream sometimes with Lewis as well, just listening in there. I see him commenting all the time. But looks like caught up to everybody, seeing it who all was new in here. So guys, we'll get started.
Before you start.
Yeah.
I brought you guys a little present.
Okay.
This is the start of my Banshee.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great base.
Yeah. This is going to be his. This one is supposed to be that. It was just a.
Looks like Austin.
It's supposed to be that MMA fighter. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Conor
McGregor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's screen that real quick, if we can.
I like it.
So
full screen him? Oh,
yeah.
Crap. Hold on. Yeah, I got you. There you go.
So yeah, and this is going to be his costume. It's going to be a full set. I've made a few modifications from his original thing, and of course he'll have his wings. I mean his gliders there, and then that's the back. And so I'm gonna cut where all these tape lines are. I'm going to cut, and so those, for example, this will be the leg piece. This will be part of the arm piece. This will be his yellow chest piece, and so once I have that, then I'll reassemble it and put them together.
Fantastic for him.
Yeah, it is.
I know. Yeah, it is. That when I saw it, I said that is the perfect face. That's Banshee.
Did you buy the head sculpt by itself, or did you buy the whole figure with it?
I bought the whole figure.
Oh,
yeah, so yeah, I've got it came, and actually it came on a Fight Somebody. It didn't come on this one, but it came on another one. But it had tattoos that they had already put on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so so that was one, and then this figure is one I got from. It's the one I was telling you about. Hold on a second. Let me see if it's got the name. Here you go. This is from JT Sang Studios.
Oh, that's what you were telling about earlier, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this one I haven't found a spot for. This is Felix the Cat. So they kind of do a lot of those properties that are not, and that's the thing I really like. I'm like, give me something that's not that everybody doesn't have. So what they did with him, they kind of made him a 1920s type of thing.
That's
and
cool.
This is
let me full screen you again.
Okay, so this is the body, and this is.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Cool.
Oh,
okay.
That is fantastic.
That's cool. I like Thomas the Cat, or not Thomas the Cat. Felix the Cat.
So yeah, he's and so what's really cool about him is that they did his head, and if you notice, they kind of made it look a little bit like Charlie Chaplin. So he kind of, he has a little small Chaplin mustache, and he kind of looks like a 20s film star with the black and white and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that, and this is the way that most of these figures look, they're in the same type of style.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, they're meant to be a little cartoonish, which I really like. That probably brings me the greatest joy of all. It's just having something that's really cartoonish and fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a goofy kid at heart, but that's just me.
Aren't we all?
Oh, that's all right.
They got a cool vibe to them, though. I like the mask aesthetic. It almost gives me like one of the saving graces from Suicide Squad 2016 was the Joker's goons. He had like one of them had a mask, and one of them had like a cartoonish mask. It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Well, guys, we have our first topic.
Nice.
What do you guys? It's not really a copper drop because I don't know. If you are copying, just let us know. But what do you think about this? I guess final product photo of InArt's Pennywise. If anybody can go first, whatever y'all want to say about it.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. I mean, that's crazy.
Good looking release, dude. They've upped the notch on this rooted hair. I think it was a video, like a post on their Instagram about how they've like done the techniques differently with applying the rooted hair. They've actually like gone in there and you can literally see every little single strand of hair being threaded in there.
I have a picture of that. Hold on, let me go through. Hold on.
This figure looks incredible, though.
It does.
I know there's a lot of controversy in the community around the tailoring. I'm not sure why. I would say this definitely does resemble Pennywise more so from the second film to me for whatever reason. But look at that, man. That's
crazy.
incredible.
Now, remember the Wonder Woman I showed you guys that had all the glue and stuff? This is what I expected from Hot Toys.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I am curious. So what's the durability on these little hairs on the forehead, right? Like, how long will it, if you take care of it.
And things like this, it depends on the type of head it is. If the head is made out of silicone, then what happens is that, usually you have a punch tool. Like, for example, have you ever seen those newborn babies that they do, they're made out of silicone? And what you do is that you needle punch, you get like it's a punch with kind of like barbs on it, and you push it, you can actually punch the individual hairs in, and the silicone opens up when you punch the needle in, but when you pull it out, it kind of contracts around the hair and it holds it fairly securely. When it's just almost like and if you do it like a cluster, the hairs go in there and will hold it for a lot longer. But you do have to be a little careful because just like human hair, I mean it can come out also, and so you just have to make sure that you style it with some level of care. But it's actually hair like that is actually fairly durable.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this is a silicone head. I'm not sure.
I don't think it is.
Is it maybe vinyl or?
I couldn't touch on that. But the tailoring, I like it. But like this photo right here.
This is the first ones that they came out with, and then they like did a redo of it, and it
just
came out better.
It just seemed like it's fluffed up really heavily, like obscuring. The sculpt, and I think that's the only issue. Other than that, I mean, it looks fantastic. Sculpt is spot on. I really like the base / backdrop.
I feel like a lot of people are not talking about the base and how good that is.
That's fantastic. So I have the Hot Toys one, and I think that base is one of my favorites there is. Mm-hmm. This
it's got a creepy aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it's very fitting for him. But like for me though, I'm not purchasing it.
Yeah.
Now the Hot Toys one is good enough quality for the price I paid for it, and that's good enough for me.
These accessories are kind of cool though.
So the map of Derry looks cool.
Yeah.
What's he going for? Like if somebody was
I forgot what he was going for.
He's not going for Joker prices, is he?
Nah, I think it was like 4 or something, maybe, probably.
That's actually a pretty good deal for what you're getting here.
Maybe. I'm not sure though.
Because Austin nailed it, man. That base, there's something almost like haunting about it. Like, I know, Joey, you're not the biggest horror guy, and me and Austin.
Oh, no, Pennywise. Oh, I was going to tell you, because you asked me my favorite horror movie. Mm-hmm. I would say that this would probably be up there. The OG one as well. I love the OG one.
Oh, that original miniseries with Tim Curry.
Do you prefer this one, or do you prefer the original miniseries?
Oh man, that's hard because I really loved the original because of just how creepier it was. Because that dude did not look like he looked like just a legit dude in a clown suit.
Right.
That's what scared me the most about it, and it felt more realistic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Tim Curry's voice. man.
Yeah.
Right. It's iconic.
The first half of that miniseries for me is solid.
Yeah, I think this is the one where they refutzed it, and I believe that it looks a lot better right here.
Yeah, I
but
have
it's
no
still a
issue
little,
with that.
yeah,
So they
I've
got
not.
the shape of it down. The silhouette looks nice.
yeah.
Look
There's
at that.
something-
That is perfect.
There's
It
something
is.
so haunting about this base, though. Like display options, I think, were endless. Because
I think you could put other figures in there as well. You could put
Yeah.
different figures that would look creepy.
I think this would also. Maybe I could be wrong about this, but for whatever reason, it gives me walking Phoenix Joker vibes.
Mhm,
Like
you could put him in there.
that's why I say, yeah, you could almost curtain rod this. I don't know,
Mhm.
man. It looks really good though.
Yeah.
If I was a Pennywise fan,
that's
I'd be
an
confident.
amazing figure. Yeah,
It is. It really is. And a few people, I know still don't really like InArt, and even if it did, if it was bad, I mean, it would have been really bad if this one was bad, because that would be the 3 figures that they dropped, because we know Gandalf was good and we know Joker was good. But if they missed one out of the 3 figures, that would kind of have been a bad look for them. That's why I think they came and refutzed it and showed us like, hey,
Yeah, I think this is quality. I mean, I think
I do too.
See that? I got a question for Austin though about this, because he's probably the biggest horror fan that I know, right? Since we do have the Hot Toys Pennywise, would you have rather InArt gone for like?
Yeah.
Okay, name it. Who do you want?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with Tim Curry. Like if this was Tim Curry's Pennywise,
I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like that would kind of seal it for me.
Yeah.
That would have been it.
Who was it? Was it Present Toys or somebody who's made the Tim Curry?
Someone's
Pennywise?
made it. I've seen it before.
I've seen the figure before. I don't know if it's actually a third-party company like Present Toys that did it, because it seems obscure, because I don't see that too often.
Mhm.
I know a buddy who has a custom one, and it's fantastic. But yeah, if this was Tim Curry's one, yeah, that would have been a cop for me. But for me, the way I look at it, like I explained, I got the Hot Toys one for 180 shipped.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
I think it was 160 shipped.
What?
It was either 160 or 180 shipped. Yeah, and the quality of that for the price I paid. So the value I get out of that is you can't beat it. I don't see myself spending a few $100 extra to
That base is beautiful.
have a slight upgrade, in my opinion. This is fantastic. It's just not the quality to value to price just isn't there for me to upgrade.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Now what's interesting about this also, which I really like, is that it looks a little bit more like the Hot Toys one is a little bit more pristine. This one looks a little bit more aged and rough. Like I don't like Pennywise strikes me as a character as, even though he's a clown, even though he's ancient, but he still cares about being prim. Like, I want my ruffles to be just like this.
Yeah.
But but his ruffles are also aged and dirty, and this one was weathered very nicely.
That's a good point, because that was something that people did say about the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
That was too clean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the eyes on this one. I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy. The detail that they put, like, in the actual eye itself. I don't know if I can do it, but you can see right
And it's
there.
got the rolling eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think
I
it
would
does.
assume it has.
It does have the rolling eyes, but the other one does not.
See, yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with
Crap. I don't know.
the SpongeBob over here, man. Because if it was up to me and I was building,
the rolling.
See, look at that, Austin.
They both have it. They both have it. Never mind.
If I was building an Ultimate Horror collection and because I don't know where the Hot Toys Pennywise is sitting right now. Like, is he going above retail? What
No,
he's
it's
going
below
for
retail.
now?
Below
Retail.
Okay.
See, I don't know. I'm kind of, like I said, man. That the weathered look is kind of key to that character, especially because he's coming from the sewers and like the dirty parts of Gary.
If I were to refine my collection by quite a bit and was more selective, sure, yeah, I would rather have this, but for the price of this, man, I can get 2 or 3 other figures that I know I really want, and right now that's more key for me. But if I were to refine the collection completely and just get the best of the best for each of these characters for top tier quality, yeah, this would be it. There'd be no denying that. Yeah.
And
the quality of this for the Hot Toys, I mean, that can't that can't be argued. I don't think it's
Do
just
we,
the price to value that you get from it. That'll be a personal decision.
but do you see it spiking up in price maybe, or like maybe the hype will build back around it when the Welcome to Derry show comes out?
For Hot Toys or this?
Or I guess for both, really, right? Because the
I would
market.
see a Hot Toy one.
The only way for the Hot Toys one to at least secondary market value to increase, they have to sell that out. I don't.
That's
It's
so
not
true.
Didn't
sold
it
out
sell
yet.
out? It's not sold out yet.
I don't
Oh.
think so.
Oh, what?
I
That's
could
crazy.
be wrong, for sure.
Yeah.
So you can buy it from Sideshow right now.
Wow. Okay.
No.
Because that's really the only reason why that secondary value is lower than the retail. If it was sold out.
I'm pretty sure for Halloween they'll probably have like a sale on them or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
But and this one I really like this one has a real sense of showmanship about it. Now Hot Toys does also, don't get me wrong, because I have the Hot Toys version also. Now this head sculpt right here is so realistic, it scares me. That is one scary look. Like I would not want that in my house. I really wouldn't. I would be afraid to display that. It is so ridiculously creepy. The other one where he just kind of has that smirk.
Yeah.
That one is creepy, but this one is scary. And which means that they hit the nail on the head. They really they did a great job with it. But yeah, I would not put this on display because I would not be able to walk by and look at my own collection.
So it's crazy when you have the Hot Toys version of this one. It does not compare. It does not compare to this one. This one looks like 5 million times better. And on the Hot Toys one, this crackling on the top of the forehead is a lot softer. Than this one looks defined and everything. Like you could see that they're actual cracks, and the Hot Toys one is just like a little jumbled.
You think that goes back to it being too clean on the Hot Toys one? For sure, because you can't argue the quality, right? You can't really argue that the Hot Toys one is better. Maybe you could argue and it be a personal choice about you prefer one base over the other. Sure, but the quality of the figure for what they give you.
But also too, Hot Toys loves to sculpt like their references from stock photos and like BTS stock images, like post-production images. I've seen like they'll have like when they were doing their DX19 Batman, they had a picture of Christian Bale just standing in like a gray room. And I'm like, use images from the movie, And that's what seems like InArt is doing more so than the stock photos. They're doing all, but more or less movie actual images. So
Lou, what's up, Lou? How are you doing? Glad to see you here, man. Glad to see you here. Just talking a little Pennywise. About to actually go to the next thing. If you guys would want to, go to the next thing?
Sounds good.
You ready?
I think next one's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So next thing is gonna be this third party. Now, Classy Thomas, are you a Star Wars guy? You are, right?
I'm not.
You're not.
I like Star Wars, and now I've been intrigued, like with people talking about Ahsoka and the different things. I'm intrigued where I want to see a little bit more, but I'm not totally involved. I grew up when the first trilogy came out, and so I saw those in the theaters. And for me, that in itself is Star Wars. I never really watched the prequels. Like, I think I saw them like when they were on cable. I saw them there. But I never really have watched them and am engaged with it. And then with the sequel, I also did the same. I think I saw the first one, but I really didn't stick with it. So
have you
I
seen
don't
Mando
really.
at least.
I have not.
That's okay.
I am planning to see that
because I'm like you. I never really liked it until I saw Mando, and then that started me all on this. Now I have more Star Wars Hot Toys than I do Marvel, and I started off Marvel's my
Everybody
bread and
needs
butter.
that entryway into a franchise or an IP, right? The Mandalorian show that did it for a lot of people.
Yeah,
this is the way.
Now I have to admit, though, I did see one of the episodes of Endor, and I was very intrigued by that. I was like, wow, this looks like it's a great show. I just haven't had a chance to start it back up, but that's something I do want to see, the whole series on that, because what I saw was really, really good. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think that I'll ever really be completely drawn into this IP, and part of the reason is because everybody's wearing a robe or they're wearing that plastic, costume in different colors. I mean,
The trooper helmets and
the
whatnot.
helmet, yeah, the helmets and and so for me, I don't see as much diversity in the enough for me to be able to know one from the other. So for me, like the things I have in my cabinet, I have Darth Vader, of course. Everybody's got to have Darth Vader.
Yes.
I have him. I do have.
I looked at some of your collection tour. I saw you had a couple things.
Yeah, I've got not Luke and Laura, Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
I've got two of the Billy D. Williams ones. I have the one in the Cloud City outfit and the one with the one where he was on that ship with Boba with Yoda. What's the big fat one?
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. So I have him in that costume, and I've got the Mando. I want to say it's a Sideshows Mando. I think that's what people told me. And I have Han Solo and Chewbacca. So I have the core group that I know and recognize.
Yeah.
And when they do and I've ordered the Amidala and the Anakin,
yeah.
So when I have that, I say, okay, I have pretty much all the generations that I really want in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
I have Luke and Leia's mom and dad. I have what he turned into with Darth Vader, and then I kind of have that. So I feel content. I don't have a Yoda, and so that might be one I might want to add because he's just really cute and tiny.
Yeah.
And cute and tiny will fit well in my cabinet.
I don't know why the pictures came out small on this, but you can still see it.
So, y'all, I love this. So I have the Hot Toys one, but I'll be getting this one.
I heard that this is the Hot Toys one, and they're presenting it as...
It for sure is a recast.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, it for sure is. I like the deluxe because of the chair. I mean, that's what's me on it.
Are y'all gonna cop it? You say if you're gonna cop it or not? You cop it? Yeah.
Yeah, this for sure. The interesting thing for me about this, two things. One, it's a third-party Star Wars figure.
Yeah,
this doesn't happen too often. Lucasfilm and then Disney, they're very protective over their IPs, especially Star Wars, right? The merchandise, that's Star Wars' bread and butter. Right, and there's a reason why these companies don't make these third-party figures. Now, I think 12 World. I've never heard of them. I would assume this is their first figure. Now,
I think that they have 1/12 scale figures. I think they do.
Oh,
I could be wrong, Lou. I know you probably know that.
I was going to make a complete speculation.
Yeah.
I thought this was their first thing, and I assumed this was going to be essentially like a sister company to another third-party company.
Yeah.
Let's use Mars Toys and Saturn Toys, right? Mars Toys owns Saturn Toys. These companies will sometimes do it where 12 World would be a separate LLC, possibly, and this was me just assuming and speculating. They created this sister company, which is an LLC, to bring this out to possibly see what happens. So to create this on a mass scale for manufacturing and then distribution of it, that takes a lot, and I would think and assume it'd be pretty scary to them to create this company, create this manufacturing and distribution for something that potentially is going to get a cease and desist. So I would assume it's already another company that already has all that set in place, like the base foundation of production and manufacturing. Yeah, I say all that say that I'm curious to see if this goes out. And I hope it does. There's a lot of people I know who want this. It's relatively cheap compared to Hot Toys.
I already copped it.
Yeah,
are you doing?
I'm going
to.
I
already.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think this is good. This would also be kind of exciting if they get away with it, because then it's like, what else could we get from here?
But this is what's weird is that to get these pictures, I have to go online. That's probably why they're all janky. But so I went back to 1/6 kit and I could not find this on there anymore. Even though I already bought it, I could not find it anymore. It was nowhere. The only place I could see it was Toys Wonderland and maybe another site. But I don't know what happened. But yeah, and MB Dyson saying 12 World TW. But like I don't know where it went, guys. So if you guys are trying to order it, TW is the only place I saw it. So I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but
I have a buddy. So I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, let me know because that was weird. I tried to find the pictures, but it was hard, so that's why these came out all ugly. But so that's a cop for me and Austin. Daniel, is this a cop for you?
So yeah, I have the Hot Toys one.
Yeah,
like a lot of you guys, and I'm satisfied with this one. But I will be copping that chair. Now it does, like Austin said, make me excited for what we can get. I personally would love I guess a Jedi Council accessory, right? Get a bunch of chairs because we're getting Mace Windu, right? If we can get an Episode 2 Obi-Wan, get a Plo Koon, get all these different Jedi Masters in there. It would be so cool. Dope, man. I love this chair.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Danny. To me, the exciting thing is this chair.
Right.
That's so awesome. For one, I think this is a quality looking figure based off like these proto pictures.
Yeah, right.
That chair is so amazing. I was thinking like a council arrangement because I even have some like older sideshow figures that I just don't have displayed. But if I had these chairs, that would kind of change it for me, where I probably pull them out and just set them on there.
Yeah,
I think they're headed in definitely the right direction. I love that close I guess head sculpt, if you will. But yeah, definitely gonna cop that chair if I can find it, as an accessory on eBay or whatever, but or BTS groups. But what about you, Thomas? Are you copping it?
Thomas?
I could see copying that because like I said, I don't have a Yoda, and I heard that the price was very reasonable. So
yeah, it was 172.
172.
That's a deluxe, right?
That's a deluxe. So there's a regular one as well. That's 130 something, I believe.
Oh yeah, 172. I could do this. And then that way I have my Yoda.
Well, so that's 170 versus.
It was 170 shipped.
Yeah, versus 300 typically.
Yeah.
For the Yoda on the secondary market. So like that's what I was meaning by this. If this does come out, this would be good for collectors. You know, that 170 versus 300. That's an easier price point to pull the trigger on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It really is. And I put a poll down there too as well, like for the chat. And let's see what we got there. So we have 16 votes on that. And I'm ending it right now, so let's see what it is.
Hey, Joey, while you're doing that, so some guy mentioned he's up on Kit. You have to log into the site first in order to configure. I've seen people comment on that stuff in the past too.
Oh, okay, no wonder.
Good call out.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a drop for 56% of the people, and cop is at 43. I thought it would be more, honestly. I thought it would be
like
more.
the drops are from people like me that already have the Yoda, but do definitely want that chair, because that chair is fire as hell.
Yeah.
And it comes with
put in the comments because I'm curious. Is it you don't collect Star Wars, you already have Hot Toys one, or you don't like third-party companies?
Yeah, and
I've seen that a lot.
Local Lou said it's the first 1/6 figure that they it's technically a 6-inch figure.
Yeah, about the same as the Hot Toys. Can you go back to that image with the with the background, because it also includes I guess the window.
Yeah, the background as well right here. Sorry that
that's
the
nice.
Picture's ugly. Yeah, these are really cool. This is going to be so fun for people like Nick that he doesn't have to use a monitor for the backdrop. You can use this. Especially it's going to look really good. Yeah, you get these backdrop. I can't. They look so pixelated right now, but
you get one. So one is Coruscant and one is Kashyyyk. So you get some Revenge of the Sith vibes in there. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, they have two. So it's pretty cool. And they have the floor for it as well. That's crazy,
dude.
Well, I wonder if
I would imagine it fits perfectly in a DTOF. I would imagine it's scaled exactly perfectly for that.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That is cool. Boba's in here. Boba's in here. Hello. Me and Boba have been talking a lot. How are you doing?
He's fantastic.
Yeah. So we got 3 cops and 1 just chair cop. That's good. That's a good one. But everybody else kind of, at least half of us. But I guess we'll go to the next one. Y'all ready to go, or you got anything to say about it?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll go to the biggest drop I think in a while. We have Mr. Doc Ock himself.
I hope Nick is still here to talk.
No, I bet he's been waiting for this. He's like, I hope it's not at the end. But here we go, guys. Mr. Dr. Octavius dropped himself. This movie, you guys, was one I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. I know that might sound weird, but
not weird at all.
I'm going to remember that. Dude, it was an event to be there. Just be there that Thursday night to watch it with everybody else. Dude.
Yeah, so I don't want to stray too much off topic, Joey, but I'm sure this is what you mean, though. It's that theater experience that you get. There's few movies, like, for me, the standouts are going to be like Force Awakens, Infinity War, and Endgame. There's just like this buzz in the theater. You're all there for this culmination of time spent with this particular franchise. Everybody typically claps at the same time. They laugh, they cry at the same time. You won't get that at home. It creates like this even more memory or nostalgia quickly for that movie.
You don't get that epic like cheering and roaring from the audience at home. Like that's better than 4DX.
That's one of those reasons why I hope the movie theater experience doesn't go
never
away.
dies.
I hope it doesn't either. However, for me, well, I have a home theater in my house, so not a big old thing, but I have a huge, like a 55-inch television. Yeah. And then I have the speakers and stuff and surround sound. So I kind of feel like I get the theater experience. And I also, like I said, I just have to be real careful around being around crowds of people because I'm just a little bit more vulnerable. So, but I actually went to see No Way Home in the theater. And I think when it was first released, I went to see the matinee because I saw that in the theater that I got my tickets, that it wasn't sold out. There were still lots of seats available. So I just went ahead and selected a seat that wasn't, too close to a whole bunch of people. Yeah. And then I just went in there and saw it there. And I had to, and I saw it in, what is that thing that you go to? The,
iMac?
iMac, yes. I saw it in iMac. So that was excellent. Yeah. That was really good. But I have to admit that, I got a really, really excellent TV. So when I saw it again at home, it kind of gave me a similar feel. Because like I said, being a little bit more cautious around people, I felt safer at home. But I do love this figure except for his head.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's kind of the main topic.
Is the problem.
Yeah. Just keep the glasses on.
This figure looks so damn
So
good.
is that a cop or a drop?
Yeah, is it a cop or a drop? We'll start with you.
Yeah. I already have them ordered. So I knew I was going to get them. I wanted all the villains from this franchise because I'm also trying to get together my Sinister Six. So I have him already copped. And I will just, I don't know, if I had to slip a little tiny paper bag over his head, I would be very upset. But I'm hopeful that when I get him in person, that it may be, sometimes these photos don't really tell the story until you get in person. So, but if it doesn't, I'm still not going to be upset because it's good enough that I feel like, this is Doc Ock. And actually, to be honest with you, maybe his likeness isn't exactly perfect to depict Alfred Molina, but he really does remind me of the comic book version of him because he was super pudgy. He had that weird little round face, the mop top haircut. So he really kind of epitomizes him. I just don't see Alfred Molina as much in that face.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's like
the only problem.
I was watching Brother Cousin stream before this, and I heard them saying that but either the head sculpt isn't of course 100% there, but it's not like you're gonna get them mixed up with anybody else.
That's true.
You're not, and like I think they said, I forgot who said it. If y'all are in here and you said it, they were like, somebody's not gonna go to your house and be like, who's that? Like, who's that actor? They're gonna know who it is, at least. I understand. I mean, for me, I'll say cop right now. Of course, I've already got this thing paid off, ready to go.
I'm excited for you to get it, bro.
Yeah. But I see where the hate is, and like it right here is kind of where it's getting me, and it's too defined. I think it should be out a little bit more, where his cheeks are kind of. His mouth shouldn't have been open. It should have just been serious. Yeah. But that's I understand. Yeah.
This is where he's like, hello, problem is that mouth. That's really the main thing. And because I remember in the movie, he did do a fair amount of smiling. He was one of the more pleasant villains in the movie, but they just the smile looks weird. I mean, it looks almost like, okay, well, let's see here. Almost like
Yeah.
okay, I imagine that the tentacles, since they were still in control, were saying, "Okay, it is time for us to smile, lift right." I mean, so it looks like
Yeah.
he's trying to put something on there, but it just doesn't feel natural.
I thought it was like where he says, "Hello, Peter." Like I thought that's where that's where it
Yeah.
was.
I think
Yeah.
it's what they're trying to model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, this is a drop.
Drop. Okay. Dang, for real?
Yeah. So once again, I'm gonna go back to like price to quality to value perceived. I have the Toys Era one, and I'm happy enough with that.
Mine's falling apart. Did you get the
Oh,
first? Did you get the first batch?
No.
I got the second batch. Mine, I had to get new tentacles for it and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
No, mine's good, man. Mine is solid, and I still love it. I still love it. And if people think that quality isn't there for them, and they now have Hot Toys to choose. So,
I mean, other than the tentacles being loose and falling apart, I mean, that figure was perfect. I could have just had that, and I would have been fine.
Yeah, and that's just how I see it, man.
Yeah.
I just don't see a reason for myself to spend that much more money to for that upgrade. I don't see the value in it for me in my collection.
Yeah,
100%. I can see that.
Daniel, what about you? Is this a cop or a drop?
I'll say it's a drop, but I have a resolution for all of you guys that hate this sculpt so much that, like Nick, for example, who just is very devastated about this.
Yes.
Joey, if you wouldn't
He's
mind,
still getting it though. He's still getting it though.
He's gonna get it right.
Yeah.
I think so. Look, go back to the picture if you don't mind of the
I need to keep going.
The back of Doc Ock, if you will.
Oh, right here.
Not a lot. There you go, right here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of us display our figures from behind, right? But Doc Ock, you can get away with that because you can have him fighting Spidey, so you get the front image and the back of Spidey, right? And then you can see in the front, you have the back of Doc Ock, so you can see the tentacle details and whatnot, and you can kind of recreate that Spider-Man 2 poster where you can see like half of his face. Do something creative with it.
But to play devil's advocate, right? Not that I care that much, but just for sake of conversation. Do you want a fairly expensive figure where you have to finesse a pose in a way?
Okay, so here's the thing with me though. For this character, even if it had a good head sculpt, I feel like I would display it turning around, right? Because for me, that's an iconic image of. I remember having the DVD for Spider-Man 2. You opened it up, you got like a little poster of Doc Ock kind of standing there all ominously. I'm sure he's smirking and not really like smiling like this, but I think I saw on Nick's story like there was the V Collectibles head sculpt somebody threw on there, and it looked perfect, absolutely perfect. And it's a shame that the head sculpt's throwing everybody off. Like,
yeah,
the tailoring on this thing looks incredible. The tentacle, dude, it's giving me nostalgia back to Spider-Man 2 and No Way Home, of course, but most specifically Spider-Man 2 because I grew up on that movie. I love the scene where it's like that transition where it zooms out of his glasses and you can see Spider-Man swinging to him. Dude, this thing looks really sick. If I had more room, I would be copying it. It's not currently into Marvel collecting at the moment. I still love Marvel and I still love No Way Home, but this thing looks incredible. Yeah.
It does. So I had the poll up, you guys. So I got 12 votes in there, so I'm ending it right now. Let's see if it ever shows up. But it looked like it was set. Okay, here it is. So Cop was at 75% and Drop was at 25%.
Oh.
And so there's a lot of people copping this one. I'm glad, even though it's gotten so much controversy. I'm glad that a lot of people are copping it. But I saw this as a stormtrooper for Disney or Lucasfilm and Lucasfilm from 2018 to 2020. I'm always looking for anything Star Wars. I now own collectible business and do some YouTube content. But Star Wars doesn't feel the same. Yeah, I know a lot of people. There's even a guy on here. I know you guys have seen him before, but his name is a OG Star Wars fan when Star Wars used to be Star Wars. Yeah. I always see him around. I've always seen him.
Let's just talk about this image real quick.
I know. Look,
hell yeah, dude! Is that you with Ron Howard? That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude! What are you, a Stormtrooper in Solo or something? That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, let us know. Let us know more. Cool. That looks badass.
That's awesome.
Big Dog Pound saying Doc Ock looks badass. Definitely has shelf presence all by himself. He does. He really does. You don't even really need anything else with him. Beskar Kid saying that home theater versus commercial theater that's better.
Well, so I'll tell you this. I would actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Most of the time now, especially with how costly it is going to the theaters now. It's a bit more time consuming and more of a process. Yeah. So for us, most of the time we do actually just stream it at home in the comfort of our own home because we're both more relaxed. We can have whatever drinks or snacks that we want. We have subtitles if we want to, but I don't want the theater experience to ever go away. There are some movies where I 100% will go. If like a new Halloween movie came out, let's just figure it at least say next year.
Saw's coming up this month, bro. You gonna go see that in theater?
Probably not, because if Rachel doesn't go with me, none of my really close friends are big like scary movie buffs either. So that wouldn't be experience. But if it's like Halloween or like Nightmare on Elm Street or Star Wars movie, like I'm for sure going.
Okay. TK said that yes, I worked on Solo, Rise of Skywalker, red carpet premiere, and one episode of Mando season 1. That's badass. Episode 8, I have behind the scenes videos on my page. I ended up becoming a nurse, so I stopped. Oh man, that's still I'm really glad that you chased what you wanted to do, and that's really cool. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure to check. Yeah, I think TK, that sounds familiar. I don't know if I am subscribed to you already or not, but I'm gonna get to that. Yeah.
I have a buddy who does makeup for Star Wars. He did Mandalorian and whatnot.
Really
cool.
I remember you telling us that.
Is that the name of his channel, TK Magic Shop?
TK Magic Shop. I'm gonna try to look up his Insta.
Check it out. He said, "Was the best time of my life. Would love to collab with you guys. Been watching for a while. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah.
We'll have you on.
Dude, that's awesome as hell.
Yeah.
I got so many questions for you. Like
we got we got a little space right here. Sometimes a evil sneaker can't make it, so you always hop in. Let's see. I don't mind the sculpt. For me, it's a 7.5. I'm still getting it. Yeah, it seems like that's the main thing is people are still getting this, but that head sculpt, that head sculpt is really doing it.
Man, if the quality is there for you, that's fantastic. 7.5 is I think.
Oh wow! Beskar Kid said he's heading to Seattle for episode 5 showing. Wow!
Going all out, bro.
That is dedication.
That is, bro. For how? Well, I guess the episode 5 is a pretty long episode as well, though. That's pretty cool.
Not even an hour long, so like
50 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's still longer than all of the other ones.
The premiere was like an hour or something. I don't know.
This figure is a 10 out of 10 for me. The neck down. Yeah. Beaker, sick. Can't wait. Yeah. Beskar. Yeah. I thought that. Yeah. Can't wait. Oh man. So is that an early showing, Beskar? Just let us know. But while you're gonna let us know that, I am gonna take this off the screen real quick. And of course, you guys know what's coming up. You know it. We have it every week. It's really fun to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Here's our little segue to that. If I can get it. We have this or that this week. Ooh, this is gonna be all Batman. We're doing all Batman.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is gonna be really cool. Now, I will say, for the people that don't know, and I don't know if you know, Thomas, as well, is that this is just if somebody was to hand you one of these figures, if you were to get one of these figures for free, but you could not get the other one, and if you already have this figure, just act like you don't have it, which one would you pick? So I'll go with you first on this one. So this is going to be, of course, the Armored Batman versus the XE suit. And on this might be the first this or that I have a pre-order on here that's not released yet, but everything else is, so it's just one of them. But you can tell us, is this or that for you? Let me actually move us out of the way so we can see the full thing. And also in the chat, I am gonna post. Y'all can vote as well. This or that.
I would just basically. I don't know that much about these two suits.
Yeah.
But just from the looks of it, I think I would go with that. I like the way that one looks a little bit more. It kind of reminds me of, like, if I wanted to put together a, what was that, that series they did with, oh God, why is my mind always going blank? Alex Ross did it, with all the superheroes, and they were fighting Magog, I believe, and they all had gotten older. Kingdom Come.
Wow.
When
Oh,
Batman was super old and he had to wear that armor, I could
I know
see
what you're
using
talking about,
I could see using the armored Batman.
I think that was based off of this. They
was
based it? Yeah, it's this is BVS, Batman vs Superman, where he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see using the armored one with because I actually have a Kingdom Come Superman for the custom one, and if I had like a Wonder Woman, then I would probably go with that because that one I think would fit in with that very well.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we got it. That guys, we got it. That. Austin, which one are you picking? This or that?
Yeah, I'm going with armored Batman.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I really enjoy Batman v Superman.
I did too. It aged perfectly, I think, in my opinion.
We just rewatched it, man, and I'm pretty sure on a DC kick right now. Yeah, I really, really like the movie a lot. I have no sentiment towards the other figure. The other figure looks great. Like,
yeah,
it looks fantastic. But I wouldn't ever be disappointed having an armored Batman. So.
And Nick, I know that this one was released, the XE suit. But we have another Batman later on that might not be released yet. So, Daniel, which one are you picking?
I'm also gonna go with that, man. Do you bleed? Men are brave. You're not brave, dude. I love Batman versus Superman, dude. The scene alone where they're fighting, I understand. Like, this voice for Batman is probably my favorite Batman voice, just because it makes the most sense. He has a voice modulator that makes him sound like a demon. That's badass, dude. Also, if you're trying to have an ultimate Batman fighting Superman display, this is going to be the armor to go with. I didn't know this was a thing. I guess it just didn't look at it yet. The black chrome version. So is that just like a black chrome plated look?
I think so. To the armored Batman, they have a different one that's more chromed, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
You know what, man? This is actually working more for me as the black chrome version because the fight was at nighttime, so it's kind of bouncing off the light.
Oh yeah, black chrome right here. Yeah. I didn't even notice that, honestly, but I mean,
like silver and whatnot.
Yeah. I would honestly. I don't know why I can't freaking. Oh, there we go.
I absolutely love this thing, though, man.
Yeah,
do you
I like
bleed?
this one too.
You will. Yeah, dude, this thing's awesome.
I think I'm gonna go with that as well.
Yeah,
but I can see why XE suit. Yeah, I can see why you would choose this though, because you're getting a lot more figure. I mean, I think that these are about the same price. You're getting a lot more figure with the XE suit because it also does have a really nice base, I believe. Yeah, because it's like this is the one where he fought Mr. Freeze, and there's like icicles all over the base as well. So.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Arkham games are goated, dude.
Yeah,
I wasn't a real fan of BVS. But the thing I liked the most about it was Wonder Woman. That was the part that I went for, because I don't know. I'm not a huge Snyder, except for 300. But I'm not a big. I'm not. Say what?
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, did he do that?
He did the remake.
Yeah, man.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But the superhero movies kind of fell flat for me a little bit, but I like the costuming. So like I said, that's a great armor, and you know, I think Warner Brothers kind of dropped the ball on my DC, and I'm really upset with Warner Brothers. Not so much. I think that they didn't develop the IPs the way I think they should have, and I think that's why I was disappointed, because I didn't buy that Lex Luthor being the guy from the
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg. Yeah, he wasn't Lex Luthor. And then when he said, "Martha, why did you say Martha?
Why did you say that name?"
Yeah, I was like,
I'll tell you this, man. I just rewatched Batman v Superman, and I love the movie. Jesse Eisenberg is still the part of the movie
that should be edited out.
I wish we had a different
yeah.
We agree, though, the best scene in that movie, Austin, is when Clark and Bruce meet each other for the first time.
Oh man, that was so freaking intense, bro.
Dude, he's like, Daily Planet, do I own this one, or is that the other guy?
He's like, you should not pick a fight with this one.
It is, in my opinion, Ben Affleck is the top tier Bruce Wayne in that scene. That is my favorite Bruce Wayne scene, because it is a perfect representation of his like trying to balance. I'm not Batman, but I'm trying to be this billionaire, eccentric, narcissistic dude. The tension is so you could cut it with a knife, dude. It is so good. Anyway,
it's good.
no.
Yeah, I think he and Keaton are probably the two Bruce Waynes that I like the most. And the first Bruce Wayne, I mean, Keaton was a little quirky, but I could see him being that eccentric millionaire. Affleck, his one seemed like a polished billionaire mogul, this, that, and the other. So I kind of bought that. I think that in the back of my mind, I can tell you exactly why I'm not a fan of Affleck's Batman, because of Daredevil. Daredevil ruined him as a superhero for me. And so now when I see him in Batman, all I see is Daredevil and that failure of a movie. So that, I think that's the reason why. And I need to pull myself back a little bit and say maybe I should actually focus a little bit more on the performance and see how he did as a character, because for some reason, I just had that bad taste in my mouth. So I might actually go back and revisit that movie and see.
Watch the director's
what
cut.
I think
it's a lot better than the
director's
theatrical
cut
version.
Oh,
Okay.
you have to watch director's cut. Also, can we appreciate the fact that Ben Affleck has played Batman in more movies than anybody else?
Has he?
And still didn't get a solo movie.
Does not have
That's
a solo
crazy,
movie.
man.
Wow. I did
Oh,
not know
and I'm
that.
still so upset we don't get to see Ben Affleck's Batman
Ever
and
again.
Joe's Deathstroke. And
Oh yeah.
See, okay, apparently, not to go on a tangent, Joey, but that was going to be the rumored plot of The Batman. Originally, when Ben Affleck was attached to it was going to be Deathstroke, because in the Zack Snyder, spoiler alert for Zack Snyder's Justice League, the extended version of that post-credit scene where Deathstroke meets Lex Luthor on the yacht, he spills the beans on Batman's identity to Deathstroke. So the plot of the Batman was going to be Deathstroke and Batman fighting each other. And yeah, we were robbed. I think the Batman is probably the best Batman movie that we've gotten next to The Dark Knight, but I still think that Ben Affleck deserved his own movie, 100%.
Yeah.
also, Joe looked amazing as Deathstroke. Jeez.
Yeah, he did look cool. Yeah,
Fantastic.
I liked it.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. Y'all ready to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, guys. Oh wait, my keyboard had to turn back on. There we go.
The suspense, man.
Oh man, what the heck is going on now?
Like, wonder what it will be.
I don't know.
Put it up.
You better not make me pick between a bell and a.
Oh no, y'all saw.
Oh my god, yeah.
Y'all saw. He saw. I
Oh my
spoiled the
god,
crap.
you made me do it.
Okay, so we got these
Man.
two. We got the 1989, and then we got the. Oh wait, I didn't say the results of the last one. So 80% said that, and 20% said this. So you guys got a little sneak peek of that. So don't go
You're
back
gonna
if
make
you're
me
gonna go
pick,
back.
dude. Oh man. Oh, okay.
Oh man, I'm
Oh.
gonna give y'all time. Crap.
All right.
Okay, so here's the next one. 1989. I think this is the original. I believe it might be the original one. I'm not
2.0,
sure.
because of the
Oh,
base gargoyle,
yeah. Never mind. Yeah, so this is the 2.0, and then we do have another Ben Affleck Batman, but the regular. I love the regular suit for the Ben Affleck
Man.
Batman. But we'll start off with you, Daniel. Which one are you picking?
Man, immediately seeing this photo, I'm gonna go with this, just because, like, movie-wise, I think Ben Affleck's suit looks badass, but in terms of figure-wise, there is something so iconic. Anytime I see a Michael Keaton Batman in someone's collection, I'm like, that looks clean.
It does.
This one I'm definitely gonna pick up when it drops. That gargoyle base alone is
Badass.
worth the
man.
price for picking it up.
Yeah.
That cape, updated cape, looks sick. While he might be lacking articulation a little bit from that, looks like a bodysuit, very similar to the original release.
Mhm.
It doesn't bother me. Batman in museum poses never bothers me one bit. While I do really like that Ben Affleck suit, I think that the InArt one that we're gonna get eventually is gonna be better.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. I'm putting a poll in the chat if you guys wanna do that. But Thomas, which one are you picking?
All right. I'm gonna go with this. I'm
Okay.
a Keaton boy.
Yeah.
That other than Adam West, Keaton is my Batman. That was my iconic Batman. So yeah, I got to go with Keaton.
Mhm.
Now the Batfleck one, that one looks nice. I'm not going to lie. That I actually had. Wait a minute. Which one is that?
Justice League.
Yeah,
Justice
Justice
League?
League. Yeah.
Okay, I have one of those. I either have the BVS or I have the something. But I have that figure, and it's really good. It's a really good looking figure. But I'm gonna go with Keaton. I know. I know. Okay, I'm gonna do a what was the thing that Kirk did with the Comey Mirage, or the thing where he cheated the test? All right, this is how I'm going to cheat. All right.
I think you're gonna steal my answer.
Because there is a multiverse.
Yeah.
I'm choosing this, but then I'm going to have America Chavez punch through to another universe, and I'm gonna buy that. Then I'll just bring him over here. So
no universes next.
Yeah,
next
but in this universe, I'm choosing this.
All right.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay.
Austin, I appreciate this because this one's a bit tough for me because I'm a Batfleck fanboy. I love the Justice League suit. Thing is, this 89 suit with the yellow emblem is just too iconic not to choose. And the thing is, I could get BVS Batman.
True.
Or that InArt one that's coming out too.
Yes. So this is a.
But you can't get it if you get it. If you get the other one.
It's a different figure, buddy.
I was about to say, yeah, that's not the rules, brother.
Man.
You can't get the hot.
Maybe
toys.
going forward, maybe we should say.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the InArt.
I'm going Keaton. For one, man, that yellow utility belt, yellow emblem, man, it's hard to beat that look. You know, and I'll pick up another Batfleck Batman.
All right. I think I'm gonna do that as well, or I'm gonna do that. But I do.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, but I do have the poll that was going, and it has 8 votes right now, and I'm gonna end it. So we have 75% of that is this, and that is at 25%. So
okay,
yeah, okay, I can see that. Let me see who has stopped by. I think I saw a new name in here. Mr. Not Yomo. What's a
got Loki collector in the house?
Loki, yeah, that's what I'm trying to find on here. Calvin, Mr. Calvin.
That's my dude.
I see him right here saying,
I love Calvin.
No, Calvin. I want to have him on here one day.
Nick, he's gonna make me choose the next one, bro. Nick is saying, I wonder what the next options are. We got to see a second ago, and he's gonna break my heart.
I'm actually happy. I missed it.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So here's the next one, guys. Boom. So we got the DX19, and like I said, this is going to be kind of the first one that hasn't been that I have on here that hasn't been actually released. So just take it as the prototype. We got the DX19 and the Batman, Pattinson Batman.
Can we just say, like, if we choose this, we can't get the InArt Pattinson? Just for the rules. Just so
yeah. Just for you can't get it.
Yeah, it makes it harder. I like that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Did
Austin, go ahead and go first, brother.
Did Beskar say later because he didn't want to pick, or is he dipping? If he is.
Okay, so I actually really enjoyed the Batman.
Yeah. Good
film, slow burn. This is a pretty easy decision for me though. I'm going this.
Okay.
Belle is just too iconic for me. Maybe in a few years, maybe I would appreciate that a bit more. But for now, man, I'm going Belle suits. I'm going DX19.
It seems with the Pattinson Batman, it's either you love him or you don't like him at all.
I'm a fan. It's just if I had to choose between the two, you know, I'll get much more out of Christian Bale's Batman right now than Pattinson.
And I'll say this right now is that I'm this 100%. That's me all day. Even though I love.
That was easy for you.
Yeah, I love Pattinson's Batman, but I can't get any better than DX19. I really can't.
What about you, Thomas?
Thomas.
Yeah, I have this, but I think I'm going to go with that because I actually have that ordered. And the thing I like about that is that InArt version, or is it the Hot Toys? Okay, it's Hot Toys.
This is Hot Toys.
Oh, okay. No, then I'll go with this because I'm going with the InArt one is the one I wanted. But the thing I like about the Pattinson suit is that I think it has that rough, I'm new to this whole thing vibe to it.
True.
I haven't yet gotten myself polished off and have evolved to this yet. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that beginning stage look of the suit. And I could see him, this being like, okay, I'm gonna go on my first mission, kind of like Spider-Man when he
put the
put on
hoodie
the
and stuff.
sweatshirt, the
Yeah,
hoodie,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of about this is how I started out, and then you see his evolution to this. So I think I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, all right. That, yeah. I mean, it hurts to say no to that, but geez. Daniel.
I'm also okay. So I'm gonna go with that, but I'm gonna get the InArt version outside of the this or that segment.
Yeah.
But that, even though I love Christian Bale's Batman, that was the Batman I grew up on. Went to go see those movies in theaters as a child. But for me, Pattinson is the perfect balance of so far of what we've seen of comic accurate Batman, but also that brooding badass Batman. That opening scene where he's beating down to like the Joker style goons, bro. Talk about laying
That
the
was
smack down. I was
You
like,
know-
damn, bro. You could, like, if you saw that movie in theaters, you felt every single punch that he
That
laid
did feel like raw and gritty.
dude.
But I
I
hated-
and I love it. And
My friends, like, so I freaked out when that trailer came out because I really liked it. And so one of my friends was like, why does it take him so many punches to actually knock out someone? It took him like 5 punches to knock out one dude.
I was about to say, I think he got knocked out in the first punch. The other ones are just for fun.
He was just like
And that-
holding him up, I think.
That's actually why I think this is the best Batman movie, because he has change, right? Christian Bale's Batman, while it's iconic and this one I grew up with, I don't think that he has too much character development from point A to point B too much, especially in The Dark Knight Rises. And this movie, Batman's arc is in the beginning, he's young and he's brooding, he's beating the shit out of criminals, and then he's realizing like, I got to be more than that, because he created a villain out of being that vengeance, right? They refer to him as Vengeance throughout the whole movie. They're not calling him Batman, they're calling him Vengeance. And by the end of the film, he is the Batman, because he's learning, hey, I can't just run around beating the shit out of people. I need to do more, like, I don't know, maybe give away some of my money to, fund some of these homeless kids, or, do orphans and do some of these things that actually help Gotham City versus just being this brute. So 100% on that. Sorry for that long-winded answer.
No, you're good. No, I knew it would be from you because you just got this one.
Matt Reeves is a genius, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to the next film in the series too.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I want to see who his villains are going to be, because I
show.
like these grounded villains. I mean, it kind of reminds me of that show Gotham, where these are villains that you can imagine seeing in a real city somewhere. Like if you were in a crime wave, I could see that guy. I could see the Riddler in that combat coat and stuff like that, instead of a bright green derby hat with a question mark on it. I mean, even though I love that, and that's iconic, I kind of like this worldy grittiness of the.
It has a sense of realism.
Of that.
Well, how do you feel?
That's what we like about it.
Can I say something a little bit?
Go ahead, Austin. Go ahead.
I'll just say something a little controversial. I think the Alfred from Gotham is my favorite Alfred.
Oh wow,
interesting. I've never heard that take before.
I know.
I've seen a little bit of that show.
So I was going to tell you, Austin, Thomas, that the rumored villain for the Batman Part 2. You said you like grounded villains. The rumored villain is Clayface.
Really?
So, yeah.
Which would be a fun dynamic.
Try to
Actor.
see, I want to see how they do that, the realism of that one.
I really want it to be kind of disturbing and somewhat scary, because that first movie with the Riddler, that opening scene, I wouldn't show it to a kid. Some Batman movies you can get away with showing to a kid. Not the first Batman movie. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Nick saying DX19 easy. Cylon is also saying DX19 TK. I'm going with that. We got the Batman there. Riley's in here. What's up, Riley? He's saying we had to pull up Pattinson Batman, and he shows up. He's saying that he's the better Batman.
I think I'm hiding in the shadows, but
I don't know.
I don't know. The great thing about this, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, there's not.
Exactly.
But we're not gonna be like Will and say mid-man. I think he tells Riley mid-man. No, we love Pattinson over here too.
Riley said I'm spitting facts.
Yeah. This is tough. Gotham Alfred was great. Yeah, Brick saying this is tough. But let me actually look at the poll real quick. So we did have 11 votes. sheesh, this one came down to the wire, guys. So it was at the this is at 54%, and the Batman is at 45%. So
it's off by one.
yeah,
I'm
right.
assuming that's
Off by
because
one
InArt's
vote.
coming, right?
Yeah, probably because the InArt one is coming. Yeah, that is true. But so that was the end of this or that, guys. We'll go to the next thing now.
Great
That was good,
selection, Joey.
That's good.
That was
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah. I love doing those for you guys. I try to like go on eBay and see like which ones are priced kind of the same and everything like that. But yeah, next week probably do something. I'm gonna do something different. This one was a little bit different because it was just one character, which I felt like was really cool.
I like that.
Yeah. So the next thing is going to be Mr. C-3PO himself.
Oh my goodness.
I remember I was watching Brother Cousins this morning talking about it, and he was talking like him, saying Mr. Cousins. I was laughing so hard when I was watching that. But we'll go down the line on this one, and I'll also put a chat up for you guys for copying or dropping this one. So Daniel, is this a cop or a drop for you?
Man, I'm gonna say drop, even though it looks really clean. I'm gonna wait for that Return of the Jedi one that they got
It's a
announced.
little
Yeah.
dirty, Danny.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably gonna be a majority of our answers here. But
I feel like that too.
if you're having a Geonosis display, this is a good option to have, right? Because you get your money's worth with this one. You get a battle droid head with this one, so that's perfect to put in front of a clone trooper, Anakin, Ahsoka, even. But I think this is a great release. I think the die-cast parts are on the arms and the thighs, if I'm correct.
It looks all die-cast. How good they
look
did it.
Phenomenal, but
Yeah.
I'm more of a classic gold 3PO fan, so it's a drop for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, and it's probably going to be that way for all of them. But on the stream I was on earlier today, he they had a version of him where he was turned around and he's got a flat tushy.
Right here. Is this one?
Yeah, he's got a flat tush. So you know, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
You know, I need a little junk in my trunk on my
Yeah.
finger. So yeah, I'm not feeling the flat tush. So
I feel that, Thomas. You want 3PO to be packing. Yeah.
that's right. He needs to.
Quality for your money.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, so I didn't see this picture right here. This looks great. This actually looks like a really good figure, honestly, right here. Or, well, I mean, really good picture. It looks awesome.
Looks great in the light.
Yeah. Austin. Wait, did you say copper drop, Thomas? Did you say it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that one.
Oh, drop.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting the cleaner one, the gold version with the silver leg. I think is that from the New Hope or
Which one is that one from?
Return of the Jedi, I believe. The
Return of the
40th
Jedi?
anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Austin. Which one? Is
Yeah,
this one?
it's gonna be the exact same. I
The
think
exact
this
same.
figure is fantastic. I love the weathering
Yeah.
on it. Does it for me. I just can't prioritize this over the Return of the Jedi one. I still don't have a 3PO. I still don't have an R2D2. And my first 3PO has to be
the
clean gold.
gold one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that? I forgot. It's been a while. So was that one more of a chrome gold, or was it just like a brushed gold?
You talking about the Return of the Jedi one?
Yeah, the one that's more clean. The one that's
The one
clean
they just announced is like a balance between like the shiny kind of brush like vintage
Okay.
original trilogy 3PO.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect 3PO if you're trying to do like a original trilogy 3PO.
I think I'm the only one that's a drop on this one, honestly.
Oh, this is
Oh wait,
I dropped it.
never mind. Yeah, I dropped it. I'm sorry.
All of us
I mean,
dropped
yeah, all of us dropped it. I'm sorry. I meant like the whole figure by itself. Like I'm not getting the other one either. But that's probably because I'm the Star Wars in me. But I'm gonna end it right here. I don't know. There was only 2 votes, guys. Come on, y'all can vote a little bit more. But I'll just end it right here. Oh well, there's a spike. I'll end it right here anyways because we're gonna go to the next thing. So 66% of the people. It was only 3 votes. 66 and 33% for cop. So
Okay.
yeah, so probably not
A lot
that.
of drops tonight. Let's see.
Yeah, a lot of drops. But I mean, wait till the Ahsoka figures start coming.
Well,
There's gonna be so many.
The drops went down when you showed the flat booty.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah,
That's what it was. That's what it was.
yeah.
When
It
they
was
saw
that.
that flat
Yeah,
booty, they
yeah.
said, "Nope, can't
Nope,
have it."
right here. Nope.
That's right.
It's funny how his head's positioned too. It's even like he's like trying to tease you a little bit, and you're like, "Nah, man, you ain't got nothing back in there."
Because the character actually does. It doesn't look like that, does it? The actual character?
I mean, like in the movie, he was in the droid factory getting like swapped out, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
Austin would know. He probably looks at that. So
I'm about to say I can't tell you, Joey. I was gonna leave that up to you.
I beat you to that. We'll go to the next thing, guys. So we have this. So Thomas, so since you're not too big of a Star Wars fan, have you been keeping up with Ahsoka?
Well, I've been keeping up with it through my other streams.
Okay.
So basically, I'm just the person who I'm happy to receive spoilers.
Okay.
Because
we'll kind of keep it a little.
Yeah, because when I hear about the series, what other people have watched, and things like that, it basically tells me things that I can look for when I start watching it. And then that way I don't feel as lost because I'm not as familiar with everything. But if people have kind of given me a little bit of background, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, that's what that means. So I'm here for it. I can't really give much input on it, but I am happy to hear it spoilers. So
You're just like my brother. My brother literally seeks out spoilers for any movie that he watches.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. One of my good friends is a big Anakin fan, but he is not watching this. I told him you need to get to watching this because this is his Padawan. This is the story. Hopefully he's doing that, but he did get spoiled, unfortunately. So yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen. It's all over social media. So.
Yeah, we try not to say spoilers, but if it's absolutely needed to talk about it, then we will. TK was saying that it is a weird choice that to go with the flat booty on the last one for the C-3PO, and he has a small cake in the originals though. So
poor fella.
I know
needs to go on that Stairmaster.
So I know that Thomas, you can't really you could like rate it with how you think it is, I guess. I don't know, but the ratings for this one for us, you guys can say a rating in the chat as well if you'd like. For episode 4, I will rate this one a good 9.5. I loved this episode. This was what Star Wars is all about, honestly, in my opinion. For being a new Star Wars fan, I can even see that, and I can't imagine you guys. Of course, some things happened at the end that we really liked, and it's just lightsabers. That's what we're here for, lightsabers, in my opinion. We are here for that, to see that on screen, and God, did we get that. We really got that in this one. I've been waiting for that because I started off on Mando, so I did not see much of that. But now to see it and to see the beautiful, the beautiful way they fight. I forgot what they call. What do they call that? How they fight. What is it? Choreography. That was really good in that in the show, and I really appreciate it. Suspenseful, everything. Nothing crazy dumb happened. I mean, but yeah. Austin, you want to say something about it? What do you rate it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
This was a fantastic episode. And the reason why I'm rating it 9 out of 10 and not any higher, I wanted more. Not in the negative sense. This left me hanging where I'm like, I don't want to wait a week. Like I want to binge this right now. Like I was that captivated by this. And not in the sense of like, wow, that's all we got. Like I need another episode to feel satisfied. I was so satisfied from this. I wanted selfishly just to have so much more because like I need to know what happens next.
I do too. I really
do. But also like this one had the most emotion in it out of this series so far in a multitude of scenes, which was very appreciated. Also, I mean, just like you said, Joey, the choreography, we actually got
beautiful,
some amazing lightsaber duels in this, and Bay once again, man, he stole it for me, man. I'm
getting that hot toy if he comes out. I'm getting that 100%. You do it Dopo. I don't care.
So also, Baylan has like that Count Dooku.
He does.
Like classy.
Yeah.
He has that classy, elegant to him.
How inevitable.
Terrifying. Like
he actually said that. He said, "I'm inevitable."
Right before he fights Ahsoka, he's like, "How inevitable."
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering that too. I was like, did he just say Thanos' line?
Also, his outfit is amazing. Like I literally
beautiful.
Said it Rachel as we're watching him, like that'd be a perfect figure. Like him. That is amazing. He looks so damn good. And the really sad thing is that, Ray Stevenson just doesn't get to see, unfortunately, like rest in peace. He doesn't get to see how well this character is, and then the perception that the audience has of it too, which is a bit sad.
It's sad, but it's like a really bittersweet type of ending because he's really loved by so many. You know, it's like, God.
So is his character kind of like more the Dark Force side, or
he's not Sith, but he's in between Sith and I believe something else.
So I think that's like the captivating thing about him so far is he still remains a mystery. Like, what are the overall intentions? We know what his mission is. We know what he's striving for. But what is he wanting out of this? He doesn't have a red lightsaber that was put out. It has a more orange tint, and he mentions he's not a Sith.
And I noticed that he's not a Sith because in the show he spared. He's giving his word. You know, he gave his word to what's her name? Ren?
Sabine.
Yeah, Sabine.
Yeah.
He
Class,
gave his
baby.
Word.
As class.
Yeah, he gave his word and he kept it. A Sith would have just straight chopped her up right after that. You know,
a Sith would have manipulated her to get her to join the dark side, like a smart Sith
yeah, that too. Yeah. Oh, maybe he's doing that. I don't know.
See, the reason they're not Sith is because there's no Sith around, right? Luke Skywalker defeated Emperor Palpatine, so that's the reason that he's trying to train Shin Hati to be like him, because he's not even a full master. Like I think that's why it's kind of like an orangey hue to it, because they can't fully make it bleed. They can't fully give into the dark side because there's no mentor around for them. There's no Darth Maul. There's no Emperor Palpatine. There's no Vader
there
around.
could be Siths, so couldn't there? There could be.
There could.
They don't know where they're at. Yeah,
depending on where they're at.
At this point, there could be.
There could be, right?
Well,
and
at one point, we also thought no one survived Order 66, but
right.
Look how many people did.
Right, exactly.
Well, maybe he needs to make some Horcruxes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And then that way he would become nice and evil.
Personally, man, I would give this one a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Really?
Just because
why am I rating it so high?
Well, okay,
because you really liked it.
I'm kind of like
Austin,
right?
Rating.
Oh, okay.
I think the pacing was really brought up to a 10 here. They really cranked it up. You know, the last few episodes have been kind of like more of a slow burn building up, and this is your cake, right? This is having your cake and eating it too. Like this was, and I'm trying to say spoiler free, but you know, as we know, the ending is pretty wild. Me and Mrs. Spots collectively gasped and clapped when we saw him.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm satisfied. I'm excited to see where it goes. I will say that I'm a little disappointed with how they're treating Thrawn. This is episode, 4? So we have only 4 left, right? That means that next week, if I'm just guessing, right, and this is trying to stay spoiler-free, anybody who hasn't seen it yet, that Ahsoka is going to spend a majority of the time with said character in this episode, right?
I thought that I think he's just gonna go away real quick, honestly. But what you're saying, I'm hoping that he doesn't go away.
Personally, man, I feel like, did you watch Moon Knight?
No, I didn't. Oh, I watched it like halfway through.
Austin, did you watch Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Do you remember that Mark Spector episode where it was just like a flashback through his entire life?
Yeah. I think I remember that.
I feel like that's kind of where we're going with this. Could be wrong.
Thrawn is a character where you do need background, you do need time with him, because he's not one of these people like a Darth Maul or a Savage,
right? Where
when you see them, you immediately know, wow, they're evil. When you look at Savage, you can just see the presence. You're like, okay, well, he's an absolute brute. When you see Thrawn, you see a blue guy. You need some background of what makes him the bad guy. You know, you need some storytelling with him.
Yeah.
Riley over here being
I know, right? I know he's saying he's a stand.
Oh man, she's a standout too, man. We can't forget.
Yeah, she's with a little bit of lines that she has. She's really good.
I thought she died when she got yeeted by Ahsoka.
That rock. I thought her neck broke.
Yeah, I was like, damn. But honestly, man, I'm kind of with Austin there. Like, you need to show Thrawn, in my opinion. Like I said, I think maybe last week or week before, in the first episode, like you need to establish this guy has a presence and he's a threat that's coming. Like, I get that he's either stuck in the world between worlds or another galaxy right now. Show us, don't tell us, show it. That way we feel the presence. We need to feel that sense of urgency, right? Like I felt that sense of urgency in this episode without giving anything away with that map, right?
Yeah.
When Ahsoka touches that map, you feel that like,
Oh, shit,
okay, things are about to go down, right?
Yeah.
I need more of that. I feel from the show, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
The other thing to say is like I do like a build up though.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, I like a build up. But
4 episodes is still long enough to maybe have that arc that we want for Thrawn. So
I'm just hoping he shows up at least next week or something, because I'm hoping that, because I know that this is a Dave Filoni production, but I'm hoping that Disney doesn't do a Disney Plus thing and rush the finale. That's the only thing that I'm hoping, because that's a trend with Disney Plus. They have a really good season, and then that finale just rushes everything and tries to cram in so many plot lines and then opens up so many other cans of worms it doesn't answer. So I just
I think a lot of people have had those kind of complaints about the Disney Plus shows, is that, number one, I never understood the reason why you would make 8 episodes. 8 episodes doesn't seem like a season to me. But aside from that, if you don't have enough episodes to tell the story properly, you need to have more episodes. You either need to trim it down, cut out some of the filler spots, or you need to have more episodes. So I'm hoping that, and it kind of makes me wonder. I don't really know which of the of these directors or showrunners actually has a lot of experience in television. Like, a lot of them may be movie people, but if you're a TV person, you understand how to build a series with a number of episodes and how to build a storyline. And maybe they're just missing some of the people that have that level of experience. Because if they had somebody who was really properly telling that, like, now I can only relate to the Marvel series, because those are the only ones I've really seen, but they kind of start out a lot of times a little bit slowly. They're telling a nice slow story. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm being patient. I'm waiting. I said, okay, I see this is going to there. And then all of a sudden, right around a little bit past mid-season, all of a sudden, it's like they stall. And then the last 2 episodes, they have to squeeze we forgot that, so we need to squeeze all this in. I mean, almost like, somebody rushing to have an orgasm. It's like, I mean, that's what it is. Like, okay, I'm almost at the end. No, you need to tell the story and space it out, so that it fits within that space. And then that way you won't have to worry about people saying, oh, it's a slow burn, or it was too rushed. Tell the story of a consistent flow through it. And that just comes from the experience of television. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll be learning some of these lessons, but I don't know. I just don't know.
TK said Disney is gonna wait to show Thrawn until people pay that new money increase before the finale. Shake my head. Yeah. I hope they do not just show him in the finale. That would be kind of a drag.
See, I feel like they kind of made the mistake of announcing the Heir to the Empire film before the show even came out, right? Because we all know who the Heir to the Empire is. We know what that film's going to pretty much be, essentially. Thrawn's going to be the new big baddie, and everyone's going to have to come together and stop him Avenger style, right? Maybe announce that after this show, because
he could have died. You don't know.
Yeah, but he's not going to die in the show.
Well, the other side of that is announce the movie, and so Disney, they're concerned with the subscriber count on Disney Plus, right? That's been something Disney's been relatively struggling with, is losing subscribers, right? The other side of that is they announce the movie and ensure that people watch this show and stay subscribed or subscribe to Disney Plus, because you have to watch this before the movie,
Making people do their homework before they go watch.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, Disney Plus just needs to stop sucking.
Yeah.
If they stop sucking, they can keep their subscribers.
And Bob Iger was making that comment about it's not about like producing quantity over quality. I mean, true, but dude, you have an entire streaming service. Produce more
Yes.
shit, dude. Like, you've only been releasing Star Wars content and Marvel content, pushing it out. Release some original content, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you've been dumping all these
look at
Pixar
Netflix,
movies. Yeah, look at
That's
Netflix.
what
Right?
Netflix is doing well.
They
right now.
literally built
They-
their foundation based on originals. So
Yeah,
come
I
on,
mean,
man.
not everything is a hit with Netflix, but when they do hit, man, it's out of the
They
park.
hit.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
it's
a great
one of the
thing
most
too,
memorable
because
things
they're
ever.
doing both quality and quantity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
TK
And it
saying
doesn't
I'm
always pay
excited
off,
for the
but-
movie. That's very true. I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with you guys.
Yeah.
Not everything's a piece of gold. I mean,
Mhm.
there's going to be some. You're going to have some fool's gold mixed in there also. But
Yeah.
you know, if it's kind of like, you know, you're not going to win if you never play. So put out the content and let the viewers decide,
Mm-hmm.
and then listen to your viewers. If we're telling you this thing that you're doing is not working, start listening to us and do the things that we suggest to you, what we want to see. You know, we don't want to see rushed stories. We want more than 8. I mean, I just want more than 8 episodes.
I want
of
more than
any
6
show.
from Kenobi. Kenobi should have had way
Yeah.
more episodes.
Yeah,
I mean, how they announced this 3 years ago too, right? You would expect more than 8.
yeah. And now, when they announced that Daredevil was going to have 18 episodes, I said, finally, I get a real series.
Yes.
And I look forward to it because I know that if they do it similar to the way Netflix did Daredevil, it's going to be a banger. So yeah, give us a real season, and you know, make it good, and you'll keep your subscribers. But if you just keep putting out this
Homework.
mediocre stuff,
That's exactly
that's
right.
gonna be the interesting thing about the Daredevil thing. Right now with Ahsoka, we're comparing this to expectation.
Yeah.
But with the Daredevil show, we'll be comparing it to Netflix. Their Netflix show. So that's gonna be neat to see how they do that too. Because like once again, with Ahsoka, we're comparing it to our own expectations that we've created, right?
Yeah.
But with Disney coming out with Daredevil, we're being comparing it to what Netflix did with Daredevil, which was magic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Y'all want to go to the last question? Y'all good with
Sure.
it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me remove this, and then we could just be full screen right now. And the last question I want to ask you guys is, where would you rank episode 4 in your all-time Disney Star Wars moments? So just Disney Plus Star Wars moments. Of course, Thomas, I don't know if you could do that or not, but
I'm going to rank it number 1.
number 1. Okay.
Because I haven't seen it, and it may be
Yeah.
the first one I see. So
Yeah.
I'm going to rank it number 1.
All right, cool. Hey, that's not a bad number 1. Me, I think I really liked it. Like I told you guys, I don't know. I ranked it kind of. So there's the Luke scene, right? That's number 1 for me, of course. The Luke scene. Then I got the Vader and Anakin, or not Vader, the Vader and Kenobi fight. That was number 2 for me. And then I think I'm gonna put this episode right there, right under it. I really liked it, and I know a lot of people might not like that, but hey, I don't know why this one really caught me.
So
like
I'm looking at it as 2 separate things:
Mm.
episode and then scene.
Okay, I guess we could
think-
say scene. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
So-
but scene. Yeah, we can say
so
scene
for,
as
for
well.
an episode, probably 1 or 2. Overall
Yeah, it was really
for me.
good. Yeah.
It was really
Okay.
good. Now per scenes,
hmm
and I don't that ending was really good.
That was really good, right?
The ending for me was a culmination of a lot of time. You got the prequels, you got the animated Clone Wars, 7 seasons of that. You got 4 seasons of Rebels. That build
Are
up
you
was
saying
awesome.
it's better? But are you saying it's better than the Luke return?
No, for the scene, no.
No. Oh, okay.
Episode overall.
Okay. Yeah.
Episode wise, like 1 or 2
Mhm.
for me.
Oh, okay.
Scene top 5 because some of the
Yeah.
other standout scenes, the Luke through the hallway destroying all the
Mhm.
droids. That was
Sheesh.
awesome. Vader walking through the village.
That's what I was gonna say too. That was like
murdering
right
some
under this
people.
one.
That's a top tier scene for me. Obviously,
Andor's heist.
Obi-Wan and Vader. That's up there for me.
Yeah.
So this there are a couple of scenes in here where it'd be like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Me.
That sounds good. Danny. What do you think?
Man, for me, I am looking at it kind of similar to Austin, but from a different perspective. I'm looking at it for next week's episode, right? Like I'm fully expecting this character to be in the full episode, and it's going to, like, the ending itself is cool, but it almost kind of reminds me of, like, if you're chatting with friends, like, what would these two characters say to each other at first when they see each other, right? I'm interested more or less to see the conversation in the next episode, right? Like, I'm interested to hear, like, how you been, like, what happened, like, how could we have avoided this? Like, the heartbreaking scenes is what I'm ready for, right?
Scenes that the dialogue that we've been hoping
for and waiting for years, ever since the Clone Wars cartoon came out with that movie, that god awful movie, and then they came out with this badass show, right? So for me, this ranks probably top 10 scenes. Interesting, I think the Mando introduction where he walks into the cantina, that ranks higher than this for me, because that is one of the best. That's probably my favorite character introduction in Star Wars, just because it's so clean, it's so badass, and the way he just ends the scene, and you think he's trying to help the guy, but he's actually there for the guy. It's some of the best writing I've seen in Star Wars, and but I love the clip. The entire episode itself runs pretty well. But I kind of am agreeing with Sponge Square Balls over here, man. Like, if you would have given me like a full hour to actually digest the episode, I would have appreciated it. You know, it's kind of a slap in the face when you are getting me hooked in an episode and you're really like, okay, we're getting down on it. Okay, cool. Whoa, Balin just, okay. Oh, what? Oh, it's over. What? The next week, man, I got work, man. I don't want to wait a whole week.
It's smart in the sense of everyone's coming back.
That's so true.
No, there's gonna be no drop off of subscribers from here. Like, everyone's for sure tuning in.
Do we think that their subscribers would possibly stay consistent or maybe go up if they wouldn't bait audiences like that? Because Netflix doesn't really do that. Like, they've done it a few times with some of their cliffhangers on their series and whatnot.
Netflix doesn't have to worry about that, though, due to the amount of catalog they have with different genres and the amount of original content that's consistently put there each month. They don't necessarily have to worry about subscriber count in the same sense that Disney does. Because Disney, they've been dropping since... They had a huge spike when it first came out, and then it's been a relatively struggle for them to keep that sub count.
Now, what I'm worried about is that we got this cliffhanger, and are they gonna not come back to that till the episode? And so we're gonna have this whole Thrawn episode after this, and we're not gonna know what's going on, what we just dropped off on, and we're gonna have to wait another week and have this whole Thrawn episode. I mean, either way we win, but I still kind of y'all want to see what happens what happened at the end of this episode.
I definitely think that's some AMC network type of style of writing if they made us wait an entire week.
To see, I guess I'm used to freaking Breaking Bad doing that crap.
Right. I honestly think that it would be smarter to divide the episode up into two different stories, right? Like, as much the screen time as we're going to want to spend with who, I think that they're probably going to split it up just to let you know, like, hey, this is what's going on with these three characters. Because you got to introduce this guy. You can't just. I don't want 3 episodes left, and this is when you introduce the guy. No, he's been the villain of the entire series that you've been talking about. We need to hurry it up.
Well, guys, if y'all are finished, I think we're all finished here.
Well, can you tell me something? There was a scene that I saw once at the park. Oh, my baby's being a little fussy.
That's okay. Mine is too.
Yeah, there was a scene that I saw that had, I think it had Darth Vader in it, and I think it was fairly recent, which I thought was one of the coolest scenes. He was, people, I think some alarms going off, and then all of a sudden a door opened, and this little red lightsaber just went down there, and he started fighting these people.
Rogue One.
Yeah, now that was a cool scene.
That was amazing.
Do you know what that is, Thomas?
Say what?
You know what that is, Thomas?
No.
So that scene, you've seen the original Star Wars film. That scene takes place right before the opening to Star Wars.
So the end of Rogue One leads directly into the beginning of
A New Hope.
A New Hope. So also, the fun part about Rogue One, I remember being in theater, not knowing that this scene was going to happen, or I didn't know of any speculation about what the ending was. Being in theater and just seeing that happen and just being so surprised, It was that was a great theater.
I wish I was a Star Wars fan. I wish
because
I was.
you only thought you got that scene with director Krennic on Mustafar. After that, you were like, okay, that's all we're gonna get of Vader. Then you see him at the end, you're like, oh, and it's brutal, man. Like it is probably the most brutal Vader scene it's been on.
Have you seen Thomas? Have you seen the Luke one, the Luke hallway scene of Mando?
No.
Oh, okay. You're gonna like that one. I think. Which one do y'all think is better, that one or Rogue One?
Vader.
Yeah, Vader probably too.
I was just so taken back, and it was a theater experience.
Yeah.
It depends on where you were when that Mando Luke moment happened, right? Because for me, I was in my bed at 2 a.m. watching that episode, and when Cara Dune goes 1 X-wing, I was like,
yeah.
1 X-wing. What do you mean 1 X-wing?
So the reason why I choose Vader is because it was such an unexpected thing, and I'm in theater. But with Mandalorian, I had seen rumors, so I knew that was already kind of implanted in my head via some like internet discussions and rumors. So I knew that I was like,
but you didn't know if it was gonna happen or not.
I just knew it was one of those possibilities. Whereas the Vader thing, I was completely taken by surprise. I had not a smidge of an idea. But also, can we not forget Darth Maul's hallway scene in season 7 of animated Clone Wars?
How would I know?
I was about to say these two haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about, brother.
Freaking
Thomas, it's one of the cleanest scenes in Star Wars.
You need to, Thomas. You need to look at. I don't know if you want to get spoiled or not, but you need to look at that Luke scene. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You need to look at that Luke. It's exactly because Vader's, Luke is Vader's son. He does the exact same thing that that Vader does, but like in a good way. Not in a bad way. Okay. Yeah. So.
In a green lightsaber way, not
people. It's just drones.
That Maul hallway fight, you like spoilers, so he kills a bunch of clone troopers without a lightsaber, just using the Force, and it is, in my opinion, it goes harder than the Luke and the Vader moment.
Decapitates.
Right, like he brutalizes these clone troopers,
like rips off the paneling on the side.
Smashes them with
decapitates one of them. Oh man!
Dude, I will say on that Rogue One scene you're talking about though, Thomas, is that I think whenever they're screaming for it's so like crazy how real that scream sounds. Right, like how they're literally like yelling like, oh my god, like that. Wow. That was some good acting.
And what's really cool is that I was watching one of the YouTube stations of this guy who's like a musician, and he was talking about the perfect chord that was ever made, and he brought up that scene, and he was talking about how the music. Oh, see you later.
Yeah, Calvin's leaving. See you later, Calvin.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was talking about how the music in there that they used was using certain chords, but that also the lightsaber, the sound that the saber was making as he was cutting things were basically hitting notes that were blending in with the thing, which I'd never, but when I listened to him, I was like, oh wow. And it was just kind of cool. That's how I got exposed to the scene, but he didn't say what the show was from, so because I wanted to kind of check it out for myself. Now I know, so I'll have to go look at Rogue One. And well, actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I think Zach last night had pulled up the Star Wars timeline of where the shows fit in conjunction with the movies, and I think that I may do like what my sister did when she first was following the MCU. Just start at the beginning and work my way.
So chronologically,
yeah.
That's how I introduced Rachel.
I think that's how. That's
she
how
loved
I
it. Because the thing is, with release order, it's very different of a theater experience, or it's a definitely different experience versus chronological.
I think you get more confused.
But also like she already knew some of the big details. So I wasn't that concerned with the release order. I wanted her to do chronological, because then you get these buildup of emotions and experiences with these characters, and she already knows some of the big things. She already knows Anakin becomes Vader, so I don't need her to see that first. I wanted her to actually know the order of these movies and shows and not get that confused, because there's so much out there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that Anakin was Vader, so I mean, it was pretty crazy for me. That's what kind of why I like Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I didn't know when I started. I did not know that. I always
Darth Vader, bro. What do you mean?
I didn't know that. I didn't when I started. I did not know that.
Man,
I know it's crazy.
But I think that will help me out a lot because I'm, like I said, I don't know all the character. Like, when I hear people, I just kind of nod and like I know what I'm talking about. But when people say, "Oh yeah, this is when they were on so and so, and they were on Palpatine here, and then they went to XYZ over here," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I just nod my head," but I don't know where those things are.
Yeah,
I don't know the names of the characters. All I know is like, it was on some show where this guy was wearing a red was wearing a red bandana. So, oh, that's so and so from episode. I'm like, how do you know?
It's kind of like with the mark, like the different Iron Man suits. A lot of people don't know the differences, and now
I know.
Yeah, I know most of the differences now. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Kid me would know the difference. Adult me knows like probably about 10 armors now. So yeah.
And I don't need to know. I just need to know he's Iron Man. So that's the thing that satisfies me. And I have an Iron Man in my collection. I don't know which one I have. I don't know what number it is. I just know I got Iron Man.
Is that it behind you? Is that the one behind you?
Oh no, I have this one. Yeah, I know this is the this is the one from.
That's three. That's 3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one from No Way. I mean, from
the first Iron Man. It should be.
Yeah.
I think. I thought he was the one from the first Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Where he gave him
Homecoming.
Where he took away the suit.
Yeah.
I think I thought that was the one.
No, that one's 3. That one's from the first Iron Man. Yeah.
That's 3. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they still look badass either way.
That's classic right there.
Yeah, I want that one actually. I've been looking for some 1/4 Iron Mans and that one I liked.
It's badass, bro.
All right. Oh, Calvin was still in here. All right, Calvin. We'll see you. We'll see you later. But with that, guys, we're actually gonna wrap up the show now. I'm gonna ask you guys what y'all have coming up on the channel. I'll start off with you, Daniel. What you got coming up on your channel?
So yeah, man, on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. I've got Collecting from the Book of Spotchka. The last 2 weeks I've had the lovely Austin Nicholas and Reverse Zio on there. They've been excellent, and
I want to be on there next week.
I was about to say, I want to ask you, just I feel bad because we do Copper Drop on Thursdays, so I don't want to. But yes, come on next week. I would love to have you, and Classy Thomas, love to have you on there too, brother. And also starting Tuesday is Devil in the Details series that I'm working hard on making. I was going to release Tuesday, but I want to provide the best first episode that I possibly can for you guys. Basically just a rundown of little details in your figures and what's the overall best definite version of the character, and at least in Spotchka's opinion, to get for your collection. So that's coming Tuesday, and like I said, Collecting from the Book of Spotchka on Wednesdays. All
right. Cool. Oh, I forgot to put your little banner down, but they all know. Description down there. You can follow Daniel down there. Good old Spotchka. And see you later, Big Dog Pound 1. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. It's really appreciated, big time. Everybody that's in here, I know it got late and people dipped out of here already, but if you're watching on the replay, I really do appreciate you coming by. Subscribe to every one of these guys here. I have their YouTube links in the description. But Austin, what do you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm primarily like an Instagram content creator.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're teasing people on there and everything too, man.
So for Instagram, it'll be the same, man. New figures. I still have a lot of figures to go through. It'll be new ones. Same content for Instagram, pretty much. YouTube, I have a video out tomorrow. It'll be a daily vlog.
Awesome.
I'm kind of liking these because people know me for like the collection, and they know me just for like the figures themselves. So I kind of like the vlogs in the sense of people get to know who I am outside of the collection, and there'll still be collection talk and figure talk, and you'll see me in here, but I want to give people a sense of like who I am outside of that as well. And then the next thing, I'll have it out next week, is a video going over my 1/1 scale Darth Maul.
I bet a lot of people want to know about that as well.
Wow. So how tall is that thing?
5'7",
taller than
5'8" with boots. 5'8" with boots.
Okay.
I think.
Wow.
Don't stop, Joey.
Hey, TK said that he subbed to everybody, so thank you so much.
Man,
guys.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
want to hit you up, dude, because I got some
That's so
questions
cool.
for you, bro. Hell
Yeah.
I'll say my buddy Frederick, he works on Star Wars too, so
I need
for
to hit up your buddy
wardrobe and
too, man.
makeup. So
Yeah.
that's cool. And then yeah. So I'll have the Darth Maul video out.
Okay.
Vlog out tomorrow. Darth Maul video out next week, and I'll go over just highlights of him.
Yeah.
How I came about getting him, and something I get asked a lot is how much money I spent on him.
I haven't asked you that either. I don't think.
No,
so,
you know what? You guys actually haven't. I primarily get people, I maybe new people to my stuff.
Yeah.
I get asked about a lot on Facebook when I post something and maybe people see one of my pictures or whatnot for the first time. Yeah, I get asked that quite a bit. So yeah, I'll break that down in the video. So
I froze. Sorry guys, my camera ran out of battery.
and then also a very big one while Joey's getting his camera situation going on. Me, Danny, Joey, then our good buddy Reverse Zio, Carlos, we're all getting together next week or in 2 weeks. So Danny's flying to my house, so he gets to see like the collection firsthand.
Yep.
We're gonna do some. He's gonna do like reaction tour in my room. We're gonna drive to Joey's house. So me and Danny will vlog like those 5 hours of us in the car, stopping at random places to Joey's house. We'll get to see his collection firsthand, film whatever we need to and want to there. Yeah. We'll be out in Dallas with him for a night, and then we'll drive to San Antonio to meet up with some other collectors.
Yeah, collecting weekly mainly.
Yeah.
So you're doing a big road trip.
Yeah, we're doing a big road trip. Bro. Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be all over the fucking place.
And I'm excited because I've been talking to these guys
for a while,
every day for several months now.
Yeah.
So
these are my boys. I'm excited.
A novelty experience actually getting to see them in person.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm excited for the Walmart segment of our vlog, bro.
Oh my god, you're gonna see how they are here in Dallas.
I'll show you my home Walmart that you guys always see in my private messages. You guys.
Finally.
Yeah.
Classy Thomas, what do you have coming up on your channel, on your YouTube, your Instagram? You're not too much on Instagram though.
Yeah, right? I have an Instagram, but I don't really use it frequently. I can't focus on more than one thing at a time, so I'm good to kind of be here. But yeah, but what I think I'm working on some things. The thing I really need to do, and I think that's something I can actually accomplish tomorrow, is I need to actually film. I just got in my I have the Shang-Chi and the Wenwu, but I also ordered and just recently received the Wenwu in the suit.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is do a really cool posing session with those three figures, and maybe Trevor too, because I also have Trevor and I have his chair. So what I'm planning to do, that chair is awesome, by the way. So that chair now belongs to Wenwu in the suit. So I'm going to kind of have him there, posed in his chair, watching the battle royale between himself and his son. And so that's what I'm kind of looking at trying to do for that. And I think I can actually work on that tomorrow. That might actually be a good thing for me to push myself to do in the morning and just get up and do it. And I also have my two Jokers. I have the two Mars Toys Jokers, the clown version and the suited version. So I think I want to do something with those two figures also, and just kind of put them out there and just have a good time. So those are the things I'm working on, and of course I'm still working on things like the costume. I think I want to actually, like I said, I don't want to film it until I make it and have figured out, worked out some of the bumpy road things, and then that way when I present an idea of how people can approach it, then when they try, they won't feel as intimidated. Because it's intimidating to do things that you're not as familiar with. I'm a real expert on that. So if like I said, if you look at the laser printer, the Cricut, and the 3D printer, which are all still in their boxes. So I just need to get off my hump and just man up and just do it. So I think I'm gonna start with the figures, and then working on some costumes for some figures, and
Mm.
one figure which is almost done. I just had to figure out how I need to repaint her sword and put her head spikes in. Is that I have Magic from the X-Men.
Oh, okay.
So Magic is pretty much done. I'm waiting for her disc that she actually kind of not transports herself, but whatever it is, where she goes from one space to another. She has that disc, and so I basically have a lighted disc that I have coming in. I'm just not sure when it arrives, but it's a USB one, so I just kind of want to decorate that up real good, and then when I have that, then I'll have my have my Magic, and so that one is almost completely done. So I think she may be one of the first ones I may actually premiere, because like I said, she's almost done. So
I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, and I had to admit, she looks really, really good, and I'm real impressed with how she turned out in that one. And that one's more of a kit bash, but some of them are going to be full costumes that I've actually envisioned and made up for myself. So
okay, love to hear that. That sounds really cool. I can't wait to see it. I had your little. I did the YouTube thing down at the bottom a little too late.
Thank you.
Yeah. But go make sure you guys, like I said earlier, I'm so appreciative for everybody being here. I'm almost at 4K subs, so I got 40.
Wow, good job.
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. So 40 more subscribers. I think last time I looked, it's probably I've been losing a lot. I don't know why, but I think
how long have you been streaming, by the way?
Not long. This is episode 16, so not long, but I have been doing YouTube, like just making videos for probably it's over a year now, maybe a year and a half. Yeah. So
that's great progress.
Yeah, I just try to be so consistent. And people always say that like I got there fast, and I feel like people think like I'm buying subs or something like that, and they don't know that it's like my freaking.
You work your ass off.
Yeah.
You work your ass off.
Yeah, so I'd say something that some people may not know or may not even see. Joey will put out a video like at 3 a.m. So something will get announced at midnight. Joey stays up to film this and then upload it. And then still has to get up like at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like he does
if something drops like right now, he's gonna upload some shit about it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, but like Joey does this on a week to week basis.
Yeah, I just know like I told you, like I had a YouTube back in the day, and I stopped because a lot of people, they didn't think it was cool or whatever, and I stopped, and it was like gaming. So if I would have kept doing a gaming channel, look where every gaming channel is now. And but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna regret another decision. So I'm keep grinding and doing it, and that's what I've been just trying to do, is just grind and keep focused, straight lane. I want all YouTubers to be on here with us. I don't care who it is, just to have everybody come where they can come all on one channel and just talk about figures, not having to worry about anybody, just us three here with the special guests. And like it'd be cool to have every single person here. That would be cool.
Yeah, and you've done a really good job of kind of like what I noticed with your stream reminds me of Ben Thomas a bit. Is that you have this unique, you have your thing, and your thing is different than just everybody talking about, okay, this was released this week, which sometimes gets a little bit redundant after a while. But I like when you just have kind of like fun games where you get to think, what would so and so do in this case, or that's what I enjoy, because it not only introduces me to different figures, but it also kind of in a fun way informs. Just like you guys have really informed me about a lot of stuff about Star Wars that makes me think, okay, well, this might not be a bad thing to. Well, okay, now the only thing is that I just want you to know this. I will give you all full blame if I start collecting Star Wars figures, okay?
Oh, man.
I'm going to personally blame each and every one of you if I wind up with a huge Star Wars collection.
All the blame.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
But you do a really good job. I really enjoyed that this or that. That was a lot of fun, and it's like I said, you make it engaging. Yeah. So you deserve all of your success, and I hope you keep on, and I hope you'll have me back again.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do the cycle. Yeah, so I just basically got like Who's That Hot Toy? Of course, a lot of people love the Who's That Hot Toy. Shoot, today the one from yesterday got 10,000 views. I was like, what
Really?
the heck, out of nowhere. Like I last time I saw it was like at 2. They always do very well because I guess they're so short. But like I checked it today and it was like at 10,000. I was like, what the heck?
Mhm.
But I got the Who's That Hot Toys on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I have Copper Drop on Thursday. Friday is just chill day. I like to chill. Monday also chill too, and that's basically what it is. And I just come out with another short, like a 1 minute unboxing short, kind of like what Beskar Kid does, but a little different. So that's what I got coming up, guys. But thank you so much. Jesse's in here as well. Jesse was here crazy. He's been here since the beginning. He's a local collector.
Wow,
Yeah, he's a local collector, and we have a local group here. And he's been an OG. He was there before even Collector Joey. So thank him so much for being here. Renz is here. Thank you so much for being here, Renz, of course. But thank you guys. Everybody subscribe down there. It's awesome people right here. Really, really good panel. But with that being said, guys, thank y'all, like I said, for being here. And we will see y'all next week. Peace, guys.
Adios.